Yo, yo, yo. What's up? Wait a minute, let me just add my YouTube chat on OBS so I can see them. How to do it. There we go. Yo, what's up, guys? Bonjo. Wee wee. What's up, everybody? I'm back. I'm back after taking a huge shit yesterday. Yes. Anyway, so how are you guys? How are you? How is everybody doing? I don't even know what we should do today, by the way. I'm just like, I said I'm gonna stream, yes, tomorrow. I'm gonna stream. There we go. Quite late, but I'm still gonna stream until later, so we're gonna stream around like 3 hours, I guess. But yeah. How are you guys? Not too bad. I'm good. How are you? I'm good. I just shit a lot of stuff yesterday, and even like literally, I just like I woke up earlier. Like I shit a ton. Like literally, I don't know what happened to me. Like literally, like a big boom, like a big boom of like stuff came out. Yeah, content warning, I guess, for people that are listening to this. I'm sorry. Really good question is, do you have PowerPoint ready to defend set isn't a twink? Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot to do it. I'm sorry. I will do it I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I will do it. I got stumped by a lot of stuff. I just woke up. I didn't even do it yesterday because I said that I'm gonna finish today the HP inflation video, but I literally, like, after the stream, after I go to the bathroom, like literally I finish up the HP inflation video because like it's itching, man. Like it's giving me the itch. Like, bro, like finish the video because it's gonna take a while for you and you're gonna get stumped by a lot of work tomorrow if you don't finish it tonight. So I literally just finish it, and like I think I uploaded it in members on YouTube in like 4 a.m. in my time. So yeah. So no, yeah. So no. No, Seth is not a twink. Okay. I will literally make a PowerPoint. Tomorrow I will present the PowerPoint. Watch it as I was gaming. It was a good listen. What do you guys think about that video? Because honestly, like literally I said yesterday, I bullet point the script for that video. So you can literally see me like just raw dogging all the stuff that I said, and then you can see on the end of the video, like literally half of the video is like scripted. Like I didn't add anything. I just straight up like not it doesn't even like, you know, it sounds scripted now, half of the video, because literally I scripted the whole half of it because I got tired like literally raw dogging like the first part. I do agree with your points in the video. I believe it was a good discussion overall. Seth is not a twink. Yeah, Seth is not a twink. Yeah, uh, honestly, I don't know what people would think about that video. So, guys, let me know, because honestly, I'm super like, I'm literally mixed feelings on uploading it, because I might not like, since you can literally watch the video. Like the first part is like very not clear, and I keep repeating words here and there. Like I keep adding like conjunction, which is like, there we go. I did it again. I add a conjunction again, but like I really keep saying which is, but, literally, basically I keep saying those things, bro, like repeatedly. It's just like my I guess my like English coping mechanism if I cannot think of anything I need to say. So I won't stutter. And I even like oh my god, I'm stuttering. I'm trying to stop myself from doing it. But I keep repeating the same line twice every time I speak when I oh my god, I'm doing it. I'm literally doing it right now. When I can't uh say what I need to say. Like when I get stuck. Ah, literally next time I will I will script it now. Some discussion videos. That's holy. ABOBA again in the title I see. Did you see the thumbnail? Is the thumbnail cool? I literally saw that one meme like a minutes ago, and then you know what? I'm gonna make that my thumbnail photo. Like the thumbnail for for the live stream is like, damn. I eat your pussy tonight. Like on saying to Hugo, I'll eat your pussy tonight, and then set like like the what like emoji, bro. That's a fucking stupid ass meme, bro. Literally laugh out loud when I did that. Just made it a thumbnail. That's good enough. You are really testing Whitey with this thumbnail. No, that thumbnail is not even bad. I mean, unlike the thing is with YouTube, the only thing that you need to look out for is like 18 plus, like literally 18 as visuals on thumbnail, and like for example, my thumbnail on like the Hugo demo didn't get any like any demonetized on like on the thumbnail, but on the title it instead, because the title literally like sus. And I don't know about this live stream honestly, because I set the title to sucking Hugo's ABOBA. So I don't know if you know. Oh my god, you can literally see my screen. Oh, thank you for the follow. Sub-Zero, what's up? Hey. You can literally see my screen. I'm sorry. Oh my god, you guys literally saw me like liking ABOBA on my timeline just now. I think you guys saw me like liking like Jane Doe being topless, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see that. Didn't even see. It's fine, Lamau. What you been to? Nothing. Hey. Just being fine. Okay. We've been here for 10 minutes. Trust, I'm a Jane Doe simp as well. Of course, everybody is a Jane Doe simp. So, just to forward that the stuff that what we are gonna do today. So basically, we're gonna continue our plan that we are supposed to do yesterday. Let me see my keeps. So, we're done with the hottest character in Zenless 0. We finished it yesterday. We're done with that. And then we're gonna do my thoughts on 1.6 and 1.7. I said I'm gonna do it offline, but I guess I'm just gonna make it like a chat with chat, basically. Like talking about it with you guys. And then, ranking all the demo. I don't know if we can do that today. I don't know if we have time, honestly. How many? I'm not gonna include like the teasers and stuff, but how many minutes is that? Wait, let me check. Let me check if we have a playlist for this. TZZ demo playlist. Do we have any playlists? We don't have any playlist. Playlist, filters, playlist. Okay, we have character demo here. How many minutes is this? I cannot see how many. How many is this? Okay, we have 24 videos of character demo that we can watch. Basically starting on 1.0 literally and then up to 1.7 for Hugo. The first one is gonna be Billy. I wonder if we can wait. Let me try to add up all of this. So let's say the average time for a character demo is 2 minutes and 40 seconds. No, it's 3 minutes. Okay, 3 times 24. 3 times 24. 7, oh, basically 1 hour of character demo. Should we do it today or should we do it tomorrow? Do you guys have anything to want me to react today? Yeah, 2.5 minutes, maybe around like 1 hour. I play in Asia. Who's Jay? What do you mean who's Jane though? What could you do about the demo one if we do it first? Oh, we can do the demo one first. Yo, what's up, Oreos? When are we sucking HUGO'S ABOBA? We are already sucking it, you know? We are already sucking it. Don't worry. Like, Hugo is next to Lycon, so we cannot do it today. So, yeah. Nice. Alright. What should we talk about first? Should we talk about the 1.6 and 1.7 story first before the demo? Let me close the BGM. I wonder if it's good for us to like watch anime trailers because literally there's a lot of anime trailers just came out. Like the ZZ, like the um Dan Dan trailer just came out. Like the PV2. They even released like the new opening for it. We're excited for it. I'm gonna watch it. And yeah, they also released the um my make no my not my makeup darling, my dress up darling. They also released the trailer for that for season 2. Very excited for that one too. There's a lot of stuff that I'm very excited for. Oh my god, I'm literally scrolling to Twitter. I just saw a boob jiggling, like a real life boob. Anyways, I need to stop scrolling on Twitter, bro. This is not good when I'm streaming because you might see it. Okay. Oh my god. Should we do reaction first for other stuff? I feel like we should do like a warm up first before we go into like the big stuff, you know, the big stuff. Oh my god, I just wait. I literally just saw this. Look at this. Kete like Sarah. I know Sarah is hot, but you cannot fix her. This guy likes bad girls, bro. Just turn you into ethereal, bro. Gladly, I'd gladly be her pet. Oh my god, that's crazy. This boy, bro. This, by the way, adult, by the way. Adult, by the way. Oh, what's this? A new comment on my new latest video. What is this comment? Ooh. I also think that ZZZ hits a certain ancient count. Inflation will suddenly flatten, hopefully. When Miami was released, the game became in baby mode with Astrea even more so. Literally, almost every agent was busted when paired with Astra. That made the whole game so easy. It gets harder, but that makes the game challenging. Ooh, a civil comment that doesn't rage bait at all and said stupid stuff like Pulcra should be tier 0. I mean, I agree with that. Kinda agree, but not logical at all. But hey, I can fix her. I can fix Twiggy. Bro, Twiggy is dead. Just give up on her. She's dead. Nothing can make her go back. Oh yeah, I saw this one video. I saw this too. It just like literally released 5 hours ago. I wanna watch this because this literally interests me. Because I thought about it. Why, like literally, why is Hoyoverse game not literally not giving us any more skins like every patch? Because imagine if they release like a skin every patch, just like Girls Frontline. I see Girls Frontline, bro. Girls Frontline, they freaking like it's like a printer, bro. They keep like printing this high quality like skins like every patch, bro. Like a new limited character have 2 skins already. Like Vector, you guys saw Vector, right? Vector just released like a week 2 weeks ago. When I got her, I look at the skins when I'm trying to buy one. There's 2 skins already, and there's like accessories to it. You can add like freaking cat ears to her. You can add like bunny ears. You can literally change her outfit, like literally change the outfit, and then you can pick what what's this, like what shirt she use, like top, what like skirt, and like if she's gonna wear leggings. Girls Frontline have that in advance, bro. Ah, man. Why does ZZZ kill off all hot characters? First Pompey. Do you know the reason why? They don't like hot men in this game. Okay? They don't like hot men. Like they literally what they literally trying to make is twin characters that might be gay for a straight not no for a male hot character, and that's it. I guess like a big bear. Yeah, we need big buff man, bro. Yeah, true. And I'm waiting, bro. I'm waiting. I wonder if we're gonna get a patch in 2.0 where we're gonna come back to Outer Ring, and maybe, just maybe, on like a special episode patch, maybe we will get a I forgot the name already. Big Daddy. Imagine if we get Big Daddy. Ooh, ooh. Sid is our big buff man. Isn't like Sid girl from like literally from the story itself? Isn't like they announced her as a girl? Like they called her she or her. Trigger said yeah. Trigger said she was. Yeah, originally, yeah. I know Sid originally is supposed to be male. That's why at first too I said like isn't like Trigger's name like kind of like a male, and then I got surprised when Trigger's like a female. And I literally thought Oboscad is gonna have 2 male on their team, but I got surprised that they like on the story when we did the Trigger agent, I got surprised that wait, Sid is a girl. I thought we're gonna have like a big robot guy. I didn't even know that uh one of the member from Obo Squad is a robot. I just thought Sid is like a guy, a hot man. So yeah, I don't know. Have they confirmed it on season 2? Speaking of season 2, season 2 is gonna be up in literally in 3 days. I'm very excited for her. Very excited for you. And I don't know. I keep seeing a lot of tweets, like literally leaks. I don't see like I still haven't read any leaks, but I keep seeing a lot of leaks, and it looks like there like I keep seeing a lot, like literally a lot of leaks. So I don't know if those leaks are like just season 2, because there's a lot of leaks already. By the way, we're not talking about the leaks itself, like the info. I'm just talking about like leaks to it. I keep seeing a lot of leaks to it. I don't even know there's like I don't even know what's on that leak. I didn't see anything. I just see like a leak tweet, or like what the fuck? There's another leak tweet. I thought the leaks is like gone already. I got flashbang by by a season 2 event leak. Oh my god. It's crazy. I feel like season 2 is gonna be, I mean season 2 is gonna be big, but I didn't expect like there's a lot of stuff to be on season 2. Yo, what's up, EUP Epilis? Yo, what's up? Hello. I hope Sid is full hand agents. I love real still. Ooh. Oh my god. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, if Sid is gonna be like really literally just using his hands, there's like he's not using like any weapons, only like fists, like metal fists. Oh my god, yeah, that would be fucking cool. Bro, what is that thumbnail? Don't ask, I'll eat your pussy tonight. Like rock and sock and robot. Yeah, bro. Like literally like real steel, bro. If you watch real steel, you know what I meant, or we meant, I guess. Oh yeah. Do you guys want me to make a video called um what's this, like things to do when you are playing Zelda Zone Zero? Like, like those like guides and stuff. Because season 2 is gonna be up, and we're probably gonna have a lot of new players in the game. Since it's like literally season 2. So hey, I might do like literally I might do a video, like, you know a video guide for like new players. I don't know. We will see. We will see. Trying to find a good video to watch. Bro, yesterday, I'm stuck on Zenless yesterday. I'm literally like trying out many teams in the game, just so I can get like 40k on like all three stages. But holy, Butcher is like, even though Butcher is like very easy to play, like the dodge mechanic is literally what's fucking me up, bro. Like I cannot get up to 40k because I cannot get 5k dodge. I literally cannot get a 5k dodge. And I think I'm almost close at hitting 40k on the Typhoon. I just need a better I'm just trying to roll for a better Yanagi drive, because I'm trying to upgrade her also. And I think I only have like 1 week left to get, like, literally get 40k on each stages. Or better yet, if any of you played Tekken with Jack robots, it might be worth it if you have some newer players following you. Ooh, okay. Sure, lol. Make a video about, is this actually a Gunner? Yeah, I'm trying to make that video. I keep forgetting about it because I'm gonna make it in the discussion video. Wait, let me actually copy that and put it on my clips. I'm not gonna upload it sooner, but I will do it in the future. Let me future content. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I also need to make the guides for like newer players. I will do it. I will do it. No worries. What is this video? Love in this space. More like lie and deep scam. What? Is this a stick video like love in deep space scamming their players? Hey, guys. I do think LAD have more monetary predatory in their game than any other gacha. I'm gonna say that right now. Because LAD literally don't have any gameplay. You literally like isn't like what they like gacha on that game is that you gacha like the memories or something? Like literally a gunner game for females, and like you literally gacha for a like 5 minute, not 5 minute but 10-second cutscene. Isn't that what LAD is? Stop sucking abobas. No, I keep sucking abobas. Ooh. I have difficulty recommending Persona 5 the Phantom X. Oh yeah, Phantom X is gonna come out soon. Oh my god, Phantom. Oh my god, there's a lot of gachas that are coming out. Like literally, like this week, a lot of announcement for new gachas just came out, which is honestly making me like, oh my god. Oh yeah, I just thought about this earlier. Gachas just cannot compete with other like the mainstream gachas at the moment. You know, you can literally see a lot of gachas in like the space right now, like that are coming up. That is very like inspired by like big gachas right now, like Genshin Impact, right? Even like the 3D models and stuff, very inspired and stuff. But I cannot see those new gachas being mainstream at all. And literally, the only gacha that did it is Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves is the only gacha that they like literally compete with the same format. And I don't know if like the others gacha can do it, because Wuthering Waves is that one gacha that I think, even though they have the same formula, I didn't think about it as a like Genshin copy at all. Even though they're the same, like they literally have the same formula, I didn't think about it as a Genshin copy at all. But when I saw this like new gachas that are coming, like literally trying to compete with like the big guys, I don't know if they can compete. Like um, what's this one game? I don't know, Dark something. Uh, that one gacha game. Oh, Warframe gacha game. I forgot the name. Where's the Warframe gacha game? The Wit Night Abyss. There we go. The Wit Night Abyss. Like the Wit Night Abyss is one of those like, even though like a lot of people are like very excited for that gacha, I just don't think that those kinds of gachas can compete mainstream. Because the thing is, it's not that they're mainstream or like they're competing with the but they're not competing with the game. They're not competing with any like promotion and stuff. They're not competing with that. Literally, what gacha games are doing right now and what Zone Zero, uh, HSR, um, Genshin, Wuthering Waves did, other than copying like the game formula, Wuthering Waves also copied how people will engage about the game. Because if people engage with the game, a lot of content creators will make videos about it. Because people yeah, mainstream, how mainstream games if there's you know, the game is mainstream, if there's channels that are dedicated to it that are blowing up, basically. That's how I think about it. They should, like, those gacha should target content creators itself, because if people cannot make content about this game, I feel like it's gonna die. That's why I think Tribe 9 EOS. Tribe 9 is not, like, literally have a bad start. Yes, they did go up after that bad launch, but their content is not engaging at all, that, you know, people can make content about it. I feel like people should, like, content, if the game is gonna be mainstream, and if you know that game is gonna be mainstream, a lot of like CCs should be talking about it, or making content about it, like, you know as their main game. That's why I think, like, Wuthering Waves, since they already have the same formula as Genshin, and a lot of content creators are already, like, you know like, the way, like, CCs are already, like, playing Genshin, like, that's why, like, Run Online, these kinds of CCs are blowing up. Like, this is what kind of CCs that I keep like, I'm saying, like, if CCs like this blew up, like, doing one game like Genshin Impact, literally that game will be, like, big as time passes, because you can see in their demographic, even though it's 30K, didn't blow, like, it's not 100K. 30K is still a lot, guys. It's not just a small number. If you hit 10K on a video, it's a lot already. So if you have this consistent, like, CCs like this, who else? Um, Doro 44. Yeah, Doro 44. Look at that. Doro 44, like, having a consistent audience like that. Look at that. 100K. There we go. 100K, 100K every video. Consists, like CCs that are literally maining one game. And I could say this also from my boy Kete. Look at that. Kete is, like, one of those successful, like, literally successful gacha CCs that blew up from a game. Look at that. Zenless. Look at that. She have a consistent 10K. 10K, 10K, 10K. I mean, 7K on some, but that's how you see if the game is literally gonna blow up if content creators can make content about it. And if content creators cannot, like, make content about your game, especially on gacha game, your game is basically dead. That's why Tribe 9 Tribe 9, even though people like, my boy Gacha Smack, I know Gacha Smack play Tribe 9, but do you see Gacha Smack playing Tribe 9 at all, even on stream? Do you see him play? No, he only plays Wuwa. There you go. He only plays Wuwa. Um, who else? Fob Master. He really likes Tribe 9. But do you see him making content about Tribe 9? No. Do you see him, like, reacting to, like, literally trailer from, like, new announcement from Tribe 9? No, they're literally not making anything. And if CCs cannot make a video about your game, it's basically dead at this point. There we go. Let's see at the Tribe 9 official. Even the official of Tribe 9 is, like, 8K subscribers. What the heck is this? Like, look at this. Like, the stuff that they are uploading also on their YouTube cannot cannot be, like, used as content. I mean, I guess the trailers like this, yes, but they're dropping it, like, once in a while. What are they, like, dropping? Celebration message. No one can react to this. Like, literally, no CCs will react to this and make it into a content like that. That's why you see me, do content, reaction content, because reaction content will show you that the game is popular. Like, let's go. Hugo demo. Look at this. Reaction. 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 If there's a lot of reaction to it, that proves me that the game is successful on catching catching the audience attention, and like content creator can make videos about it. I'll hit your pussy tonight. What is Tribe 9? I love that time. No. Wait. I haven't like I'm a god. I keep ranting. I haven't even like trying to see your chat, guys. There's even a Wild Destiny gacha game, which is wild. What is the what Destiny gacha? Since that is the companies making Marvel Rivals is making it, kind of hopeful for it. Uh, what game? I know Dragon Ball gacha both Dokkan are both doing well in the charts. I know why Dokkan is doing well in the chart, because literally Dokkan, even though you don't see it a lot in the recommendations, but if you get into like the whole, like if you get into the whole rabbit hole, you will still see this kinds of content creator. Look at that, 430k subscribers. You don't see this on your recommendation. You only see this if you like play this game. So if you see this kind of like content creator that making literally content, because Dokkan, you can make content about this game, and look at that, still blowing up. Hey, do you want me to give you an example that is not gacha game? Look at this. This game, after 10 years of being almost 10 years, I don't know if it's 10 years already, but a lot of people, especially CCs, are still playing it. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. I thought this game is dead, but look at this, bro. Where is it? Look at that. 180. Boom. Some of these are like different games from Supercell. Look at that. 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 This is not gacha game. Look at that. Look at that views. If a certain CC can, like literally, if a game can be made as a video, it's a successful gacha game. Okay? It's a it will be a mainstream game. The only gacha I play is easy. I mean, that's good. I mean, if you like the game, I like the game too. That's why this is like one of those games that I play it too a lot. For reference, Destiny Rising gacha game based on Destiny. Let's see. Is this a gacha game? Is this even a gacha game? This is a gacha game? Wait, literally? This is from NetEase, so I don't know. Because usually NetEase games, big predatory, honestly. Big predatory. But I don't know. We will see. Since I don't know anything about that game at all. Nope. A what? What do you mean? Is that freaking Clash of Clans? Yes, it's a freaking Clash of Clans. I escaped Dokkan rabbit hole, but I keep looking back. Yeah, that means that it interests you, because a lot of people are making content about it. It's not as predatory. Rival seems easy. No, 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 no. Like NetEase is well known for like investing for a like literally investing for a game. That's why you see NetEase like buying a share, like what is this, like being a shareholder for a game, and they like the NetEase will be the like one of those like decision making guys in the like the like the like the production stuff. So if they have like the upper hand, especially on shareholding, they will control stuff inside of the game, and basically like for example, they will suggest, hey, put more skins, more skins, more skins. Like is not net is also Tencent do this. Tencent do this too, especially. But most of them are like, yeah, yeah, like put more skins, make the skin like gold tier, make the skins gold tier, have them like and add them some sound effects only exclusive to the skin that is not even like, you know, not even that different from the original skin. They always like NetEase, Tencent, they always do that, especially since they're one of like the big companies, especially, taking a lot of like literally buying like a share from some games that are like going mainstream. No, Durak. The thing is with Marvel Rivals, Marvel Rivals is a formula already that has been successful, especially in Overwatch. You might think that Marvel Rivals is not predatory because in gameplay, those skins doesn't really affect. So it's not predatory in sense of like it's gonna make the game be dead in like few years. No, I'm saying like it's gonna be predatory in terms of like literally people like being addicted to buying skins, and that's why you see Marvel Rivals right now. It's not even like a year. We already have a lot of freaking skins. You can literally like there's a lot of skins already. They've been pumping skins like literally every week. I don't know if every week, but I guess every 2 weeks. Seasons. You see the freaking. Did you see the freaking like the battle pass, bro? There's a lot of freaking skins there too. Even though it doesn't affect the gameplay, it's still predatory. It's like a big predatory, but it works because Overwatch already did it. Overwatch did it too. Like the skins too doesn't affect the gameplay. So I guess that's like a good predatory. I don't know if we should call that good. I think it's not like I'm just trying to make Mario as an example on what they do to make like the game like a money machine basically. But you will see some examples from other games, especially gachas. Like gachas is um one of those affected by these big companies buying shareholders. Um that they like some of them will just control like the basically the money making of things inside the game. So that's why sometimes you see a big example of this is League of Legends. Do you guys see like the big of League of Legends stuff that like literally happening? Like you literally need to gacha for a skin. A gacha for a skin. What the fuck is that? We all know like League of Legends, like if you wanna buy a skin, you can buy it with points and stuff, no need for gacha things. And then they added a fucking like a gacha stuff on the skins. Like you cannot buy the skin like just hey buy it. You need to like hey, give me points. I will give you 10 pulls. There's no guarantee to get the skins, but you might get the skins in few pulls. So give us more give us more points, you know. With Overwatch, I think Overwatch have a loot system. I don't know about the loot system thingy. I cannot understand it, but you know, I mean the main money machine on those hero games, especially if it doesn't affect the gameplay, is basically like the skins. I heard about the controversy, didn't look into it, but gacha for skin sounds like an old loot boxes. What make it different? What make it different is that I don't know if it's Tencent. Tencent bought LOL. Is it? Oh, this one. Tencent. Yep, Tencent. Ever since Tencent bought LOL, I mean, they didn't really bought LOL at first, but they only just took uh like like a percentage of it. And then as time passes, you will see how the shop of like League of Legends change over time. And by the way, I think this is the first time but we actually got from League of Legends that a gacha for a skin. And the cost of like the pulls is I think almost the same as when you buy skin from League of Legends itself. And they also did this like one thing where like you can buy the skin for $500 or something just to change like the color of the skin or like existing skin. It like some games do that too, but the only thing is it's fucking expensive as fuck. Yes, like what is this? Like the expensive skin in LOL. Yeah, we have the Immortalized Legend Ali. Yeah, costing for $500. We also have the like the latest one. I guess this one is like explainable because it's like Faker thingy, and Faker also gets like a share from this skin, but still, as you can see here, I think like the base skin, I think the base skin is supposed to be like $500, and then there's three skin to it, like immortalized and signature. Basically, add more money and you can get a faker signature, a digital faker signature on your skin. And though, yes, there's like more skins to it when you buy it, from like the SKT skins and stuff. But this is like from the battle pass also. So literally when this came out, oh my god, a lot of people are like, what the fuck is this $500 skin? Are people defending this? No, people are not defending this. Like literally a lot of ever since like Tencent like got the whole like got hold of like 100% of League of Legends, like the game just literally went to hell, especially on like monetary system of the like the skins, the skin stuff. It just went to hell, bro. Like what is this? How much is the Jinx gacha skin? 250 for a gacha skin. $250 for a gacha skin. With a look at this. While the base drop is 0.5%, there's a guaranteed drop for 80 attempts, approximately 32,000 RP. Isn't that crazy? Though yes, it's not that crazy for us gacha gamers, but this is just a skin. For a gacha game like Wuthering Waves and Genshin, like we can literally get the skin for one pull. For a one pull. It's not like it's like 160. It's not even 160, like 1,400 points. You know? This is the level. Yeah, talk about in the Bible, no? But yeah, like that's why sometimes I have like I like every time a game came out and then they have like a shareholder of some company, some Chinese company that is like on the top of like the economy. Like I'm giving them a side eye because I know they're trying to make the game. They're trying to make the game predatory in the long run. That's how. That's when that always happens. That's why I keep side eyeing Tencent. Net is not that much, but the thing is with Net is they keep how should I say with it that is Net is keep producing a lot of games, especially gachas, that just go into a trash after like 1 year, 2 years of like production. Like literally, they have the NetEase have a um NetEase have a long run of like literally like printing games, and that only will be popular in like 1 year. Though Marvel Rivals, I think Marvel Rivals gonna last a long time. No worries about Marvel Rivals because Marvel Rivals already have a good uh like a good like base because they're like Marvels, and then they like the MCU. They already have the like the base stuff, so I feel like it's not gonna it's not gonna be dead because MCU is literally big and it is still in the long run. But some NetEase is well known for making gachas from like animes that came out. I think who is like the production of like Solo Leveling gacha. Who are the who are the shareholders? Ugh, I don't know who gets. Oh yeah, Netmarbles. Yeah, Netmarbles is also one of those company that just freaking keeps making anime gacha, and then that anime gacha will die because literally there's no like it's not like the anime it is reference from is like literally not updating, or like there's no updates from like I don't know what term it is, I forgot the term, but like like the main Soul Leveling something, or the franchise, there we go, the franchise is not you know continuing like some animes, and like literally the gacha just die. So that's why I keep side eyeing like Tencent, NetEase, like even Netmarble. I keep side eyeing them because sometimes I know there's like red flags that uh they're going to happen soon. I think Wuthering Waves, is it Tencent? Tencent bought Wuthering Waves. Um yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, there we go. There we go. This one. Tencent acquires majority stake in Wuthering Waves, the developer Kuro Games. I think it's like yeah, fifth acquired 37 stake with the total ownership of the studio to 51.4%. And this is Tencent. We all know Tencent. I already gave you guys an example, especially on Riot when they have 100% ownership of the game of Riot Games. You know what happened? And this, I think we talk, a lot of people talk about this like literally 5 months ago, like this like Tencent situation and stuff. And a lot of people are literally like worried about weathering waves in the future because honestly, I don't know what will happen because I don't know. Genshin shareholder. No, no, not this. Who bought? I don't know what they're called. Is it shareholder or something? Genshin. I forgot what it is called. Stake. Is it stake? Yeah, sure. It's called shareholder. But I don't know how to see who is the shareholder from like Genshin. Because the only one I know right now that is well known is Tencent from acquiring Wuthering Waves. It would be called majority share, or yeah. So that's why, like, I think, that's why I keep saying, I keep side-eyeing this, like, company. That's why even though I don't play Wither Waves, I'm worried about them because they're one of the mainstream gachas right now. And Tencent got, like, literally got over 50% of the share, which is, ooh, crazy thing to see. Because if they have that share, that means they have the table on the higher, like, literally on, like, the main company, making decisions on the game itself. And Tencent will do more shady stuff like what they did on Riot Games, bro. Now we will see what is, like, the effect of Tencent being 51.4% of Wedding Waves. Because that's a crazy thing to see. I think MiHoYo reject, is it Tencent or, yeah. Oh, this is 2 years ago. Tencent tried to buy MiHoYo, but MiHoYo refuses, so Tencent decided to bring them down instead of defaming them. Yeah, from what I know, Tencent also tried to buy stuff from MiHoYo, and yeah, like, basically stuff from MiHoYo, but MiHoYo no, and they refuses because we all know everything what that Tencent touch is gonna get corrupted on some kind of way, you know. More corrupted on what MiHoYo is doing right now. Though, like, compare, like, MiHoYo compared to Tencent is not even that, like, big. Not, is It's, like, big. It's not even that small or close of a gap. Like, MiHoYo is literally, like, lower than Tencent. I'm not even sucking off MiHoYo's dick, but honestly, just comparing both of them, Tencent is, like, more corrupt than that MiHoYo right now. If you know anything more about Tencent, you will see what the bad things that you, like, literally see from them. And now, I think you guys saw the news. MiHoYo, uh, top Chinese company 2025. I Yeah, there we go. Tencent is, like, one of the top 10 Chinese companies in, like, in the whole, like, basically economy. But I think MiHoYo just became one of the big companies. Where is it? We just have a chart from it. Wait, Fobmaster. I think Fobmaster. Yeah, Fobmaster did a video about this. I just need to select the chart. This one. God, bro. Oh my god, I'm not gonna play it till you restart, bro. Where is it? There we go. So, brand global communication power. So basically, like the one of the biggest brand right now in China. MiHoYo is one of them, and it took over Tencent. And this is not gonna happen if MiHoYo accepted that, Tencent's, like, stuff, or basically, like, Tencent having, like, a share from MiHoYo. How crazy is that? MiHoYo would not be, like, one of the big brand if, like, damn, just no. Me and my homies hate 10 mid. We are praying for Wooden Waves, literally. Oh my god, I keep yapping, bro. I'm sorry, guys, if I keep yapping, bro. I said I'm gonna do stuff tonight, but holy, the yap. Uh, I cannot contain the yap. Cannot contain it. But yeah, I need to close Twitter because you might see bobas on the screen. Need to be careful. Should we get started with the demo tier list? Okay, I think we should start. Too good at yapping. Bro, I'm too good at yapping. I cannot even explain it is like literally clearly because I don't even know the terms. I don't even know some of stuff what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, but I cannot explain it. Let's start with the demo. I think we should also wait. No, 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 no. I think we should not do this. I think we should do this on a separate stream. Wait, should I do this on separate stream? Because I know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Wait. If I'm gonna do this. Ah. Ah. Should we react to other stuff? I think I'm not gonna do the demo today. I'm because I have a big idea about big brain idea. Because I keep seeing a lot of people reacting to the demo with their like mainly like a live stream mainly for it. Like a live stream dedicated for watching the demo and a lot of it getting views. I want the views. So I feel like we should do it tomorrow. I don't really have anything to do today, so should we do it tomorrow? Where are you from, by the way? I love your accent. I'm from Earth. I speak languages. Tomorrow, hey Durak, I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow, bro. Are you for real? Yes, I am for real. I'm from Earth. I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow because honestly, if I do it right now, it's not gonna have a good engagement, especially on stream. I feel like it would be fun to have many people here watching with us. I didn't know that's insane. Tomorrow is it then? Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be tomorrow. I'm sorry. Because okay, let me show you. Okay? This is the demo reaction. We have this. Look at this. Full on reaction. Oh my god, this fucking How did how did this become 2 hour? What the fuck? That's like this. Wait. I think we have live stream stuff. Live. Um why is it only mine? The hell? Live stream. Wait, what? Where is the live streams, bro? I keep saying like this is demo live reaction live stream. I keep seeing like a lot of like live stream stuff, watching all the demos, and I wanna do that too. So yeah, yo, I I think I'm gonna do the reaction for demo tomorrow. I know I'm not gonna do it today. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do it tomorrow because I wanna do a dedicated like stream for it. Wait. I wanna do a dedicated stream for it. So Wednesday is tomorrow. We have one more day to do more content on Thursday, and then Friday's gonna be the live stream special program for season 2. Okay. do we agree that tomorrow is gonna be the lives with the demo live stream? It's gonna be literally like a just a live stream watching the demo. Because I feel like that would be much better. So a lot of people will watch it with me when live streaming. I don't know, engagement base. I don't know if it's gonna work, but hey, okay, that guy, you said yes. Arus, you said yes to Kasu. I don't know, Kasu, if you're good with it. Let me know. We're gonna do it tomorrow. Oh, what's this? I'm gonna save this. Okay, I'm not saving this for Gunner shit, okay? I'm not saving this for Gunner shit. I'm just saving it for reference because I'm managing a VTuber. I think some of you guys know this if you follow my editing job or account. I make ASMR edits for one of like the VTubers we like that I work with, so I need reference. I need reference. Hey. What do you mean sure? I literally I mean I don't I don't like, but I don't also hate ASMR. I just don't watch them because I don't have time to watch a 1 hour ASMR just listening to it. You know? But I want to reference stuff like this on how to do thumbnails and how to do ASMR so I can edit them better. Yeah. My favorite ASMR are the meme ones. Hey, Durak, I'm asking if you're okay for it to be tomorrow. Is it okay if I do it tomorrow? And then so we have like a dedicated stream for it. Durak, talk to me. What if I say no? I mean, I will already have questions for it, but I'm just asking if you like for people you know for you guys to see if you guys are up to it. We're gonna watch it for tomorrow. Yeah, you're good for it. Okay, nice. Then we're good. Okay, I guess what we should do today is to watch this video that I really wanna watch because I literally like trying to watch this. The Zenless Zone Zero Season 1 Part A and Season 1 Part B. No pausing, we're gonna watch this straight up. And I think I'm not gonna upload this. I'm just gonna. I should upload this. Wait, did we react to this already? I don't remember if I reacted to this already. Or I watched this already. Mm. Alright, we're not gonna watch this one. I think we're gonna watch this. I think we should watch this. Because I think I watched that already like few months ago on live stream too. Like uh because it's like chapter 1 up to chapter 5. So I think I watched that already. This one is like the new chapter. Astronomical moment up to basically like the epilogue. No pausing pause and advert immediately shake my Bro, I don't have premium, bro. Leave me alone. I don't have premium. Okay. We are gonna watch this and then after watching this, we can do our thoughts on 1.6 and 1.7 um stuff that I'm supposed to do offline but I didn't. Okay? And we are already We are already live streaming for 1 hour. And for that 1 hour, I've been yapping. We are supposed to be already done with this video if we started earlier without ranting, but holy, we've been yapping. Professional yapper that doesn't even make sense. Holy. Anyways. Okay, let's watch this. For once, this yap wasn't caused by me. Honestly, I'm the cause, bro. Why did I mention Tencent and NetEase at all? God. Should I record? I don't know anymore. Okay. I guess I'm gonna record this. Are we ready, chat? Are we ready? Get your dinner. We're gonna watch a 46-minute video about Zenless Zone Zero, okay?
Season 1's epilogue has me so excited for Yunquay Summit, which is great because Season 2 is coming up fast. But as eager as I am to get to Yunquay Summit, a lot's happened since our final showdown with Bringers. So, in preparation for the next leg of our adventure, I think now is a great time to look back and recap everything that we've been through so far. Now that said, I have already put together a comprehensive recap of the events of chapters 1 through 5.
Yeah, I watched this already, I think few months ago. I don't know what happened. I don't remember watching it, but hey, we're gonna watch this one instead.
This video will only be covering the events that have taken place after that, which means we're mostly going to be focusing on the adventures we had with Astra Yao
1.5 up to
Although
1.7
we're also gonna talk a little bit about Lycon and Anby's character missions, as well as the Redo's Got Boo event, because all three are plot relevant.
Oh my god, I forgot to do that. So I mean, I have the footage, but I forgot to edit and make it into a video. I keep forgetting that I have a lot of content that I recorded that I haven't uploaded yet or edited yet. Is it even like still relevant if I upload it? Like literally the first, like what's this? The first Bangbo Fall Guys. I don't know if it's relevant anymore for me to upload.
So please make sure you've completed those along with the main story before watching the rest of this video.
Same time tomorrow, yeah, same time tomorrow.
Timestamps in the description box if you need them, and I will put any video notes and corrections in the pinned comment if I have them. Alrighty guys, I hope you're ready, because it's finally time for the Season 1 Rewind.
Yay!
And it all starts off with our favorite pop star, Astra Yao.
Register for COA to get combat items for free.
Oh my god!
A rare outfit for free. Free? Did I?
God, Interior Restart. Why do you have so much ads? I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna play your game.
Some people might find it a little odd that two random proxies on 6th Street are friends with one of New Eridu's biggest celebrities, since there wasn't any lead up to this in the main story. But some players did have the opportunity to witness Astra Yao's first meeting with Bell and Wise during a limited event back in version 1.3.
Yeah, 1.3, like Snap. Yup. One thing though about this event, I skipped most of it. The only thing I know about this event is that, hey, help this guy, we're gonna go to VR, we're gonna fight these dudes. But I didn't, I know this story, but I didn't even know like it's Astra Yao, you know.
This event, a very strange Bangbu named Snap showed up at random with a request for Wise and Bell to help debug a virtual reality system that Tops developed for the HIA. But this Bangbu isn't really a Bangbu, it's Astra. Someone at Tops had given her a sensory sync prototype device that allowed her to possess Snap the same way that Faith
and I think this is the first time that we got surprised that Astra is somehow can sensory sync on her on the Bangbu.
Is as good as mine. But this event is how Phaethon became good online friends with Astra. And I say online because Astra never really met
Chaotic
them in
fried
person,
rice.
and they didn't meet her in person. In fact, they only identify her as Chaotic Fried Rice, which is her screen name. But friends are friends online or offline, which is why it's not that strange for her to ask them to hang out in her spare time at the end of Chapter 5.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
this is why in the story, like literally when I played it, I got surprised. I know it's Astrea because like they revealed it Astrea, but I didn't know it's like the fried rice girl. I didn't even I didn't connect the dots on that part.
being friends with a pop star doesn't help you get any concert tickets no matter how badly you want them. But coincidentally picking up an Internaut commission from that same pop
Wow,
star and sneaking off into the hall to
coincidence.
look for an
How
authentic
crazy
copy of
is
Yolanda
that?
Winter's Legacy album does get you concert tickets. And Astra is thrilled
Are
to
we-
bits to finally
I'm
have
so
the
tired with
album
that
she's
trope.
been
Oh
searching
my
for
god,
so long.
coincidence?
But her manager
Crazy.
and bodyguard Eve isn't too happy with her running off again. So it's Eve's responsibility to drag her back to work. And that's when Eve notices that someone is tailing them. Eve tries to lose these goons by driving into a hollow, but ends up having to take care of them on foot so that Astra can retreat to safety. But
Yeah.
the event itself and some of the things that they said are rather unsettling. So Eve decides to investigate the matter further and asks a former coworker to help her out. And I didn't expect to see a familiar face here, but
Fucking
hello,
Rain.
Rain, former coworker of Special
Bro,
Agent Eve.
Rain have
Now,
more
Eve had
screen
managed to
time
knock
than
the
Jane
communicator off of
though.
one of the guys in the
Crazy.
hollow, and she asks
An
Rain if she can
NPC.
get any data
What the
off of it.
fuck?
But the only thing that Rain can get is the name of an organization, Fugue. And just so we're clear, Fugue isn't some shady criminal organization or anything. It's
Yeah.
just an entertainment corporation that's currently feuding with Astra's record
But
company,
somehow
Odeon.
they're corrupt
Assuming
or
business
something.
As usual, Astra's probably not in a whole lot of danger. This attempted kidnapping might have just been Fugue's way of sabotaging Odium's bottom line. Because, you know, Astra Yao is one of their most profitable talents. But this hypothesis would only apply if these Fugue operatives were acting to further the company's interests, which is unlikely because these guys are also after the legacy album of Euron de Winter that Astra found with Phaethon in the Hollow. Now,
Yeah.
why would a corporation like Fugue be interested in a single album? They wouldn't be. So if the executives at Fugue aren't behind Astra's kidnapping, who is? This is what Eve is investigating right up until the night of Astra's big concert at
Oh.
Starloop Tower. But to make things more complicated, while
I didn't even know that. So basically, Fugue is not really entirely like the one who's. I mean, they are targeting, like, they were 100% targeting Astrea, but they not like this time. They're not targeting Astrea. Like what happened last, like when Eve is trying to fight the goons and stuff from the very start. So it's not even like the Fugue itself, or not entirely like Fugue.
Eve is technically employed by Astra to be her
So
manager and
so basically
bodyguard,
it's like the
she is
like the
also hired
wife.
to be a corporate spy for Fugue, unbeknownst to everybody else. But despite her employment status, Astra's safety
Yeah.
will always be her top, if not her only,
Crazy.
priority. Which is great because Starloop Tower
I
has
didn't
an
even know
attachable
that.
flying top containing a concert hall where
I just
Astra
connect
is
like
performing.
the wife
and
and Fugue together,
someone
like
has sabotaged
know.
the control room. You know, the place that helps this flying saucer maintain stability and not crash to the ground in a fiery explosion of death. Fortunately, those concert
Oh,
tickets Astra
no.
gave Phaethon come in handy because Phaethon is able to help Eve secure the main controls.
Wow,
But having
coincidence
control of the
again.
controls might
They're
be
so
a
good
bit
at hacking.
useless if the power goes out. And what
You have a
powers the top
friend
of the
that
flying
has-
tower?
that is a
Why,
hacker.
It's Astra's voice, of course. The whole tower relies on these little harmonic cores that generate energy through sound waves produced by Astra's music. So if her concert gets interrupted before the finale, the whole concert
I think this
hall
is
gonna
like
be
the
on the collision
confirmation
course
that
with
like
the ground.
music or vibrate.
Jollibee Game Joy combos.
Fucking Jollibee.
Game rewards. Sarap mag-power up.
And to make matters
Yeah, I like I said, this is like the this is like the confirmation like that literally music and vibration highly connects with Ether, because she literally controls Ether with her voice and vibration, especially with her stuff.
worse, there's also
No.
a bomb on board. A bomb set by Euron de Winter's widow,
Yeah.
Tessa. Tessa had a very difficult time coping with the circumstances of Euron's death. She blamed everyone
What?
but him for his suicide. Odium and Fugue
This is
with their
very
contract
sad.
disputes over his music, the public who criticized him, the audience who moved on to other
This is very
performers
sad
like Astra after
part
his death.
about
They were all
the
blame,
wife.
and she wanted to take them all out in one fell swoop. So she takes out the
What
resonance
if
cores
Miko
powering the
collab?
Starloop's
Maybe.
engines, then summons a combat mech as a show of force, and
Oh,
reveals
the
Eve's
T-Rex
double
that
agent
is
identity to Astra
literally
at gunpoint before disappearing
flying
into the crowd to
around
await death. Astra's
and
trust in
trying
Eve
to
isn't
avoid
shaken one bit by this, and even if it
freaking
was,
running
there are
around
more
on
pressing
Shiyu.
matters to attend to.
Bitch
You know, like
ass
not dying.
enemy.
Astra tries to reactivate the resonance cores on her own, but her voice isn't enough. Fortunately, though, she's not alone. The audience finds the courage to sing along with her, and their song manages to reactivate.
I have one critic about this one. I just hope like the characters itself like sing along when Astra sing, because this is such a cool cutscene and everything. Cool music even. It's not even like the only part that I cringe is like the la 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 part. Is that a hot take? Every time I watch this cutscene, it's like I love this cutscene so much, but like the la 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 part, uh I wish they remove it on like the whole song. They only like add it when like the Phaeton is on the screen. I know it like obviously in logic they don't know the song because it's a new song. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like yeah, I think it's sweet too, but honestly, like I just damn, oh my god, I don't know, I don't know, maybe just me, I just cringe when I like the is it? It's always interesting that the Disney world is powered by music. Yeah, yeah, and I don't know how they're even gonna connect that on like the main story itself. You know, like especially on season 2, how they're gonna like explain it even further on the game.
The resonance cores long enough for the Starloop to land safely. No casualties.
I mean, they already have
Tessa
a
was
big
quickly taken into
lore
custody, but despite
about
her
it,
crimes, Astra decides to
especially
give
like
her
our
the
disk
authentic
drive is
copy of
actually
her
like
husband's
music
legacy
player,
album in the hopes that it would help her come to terms
or
with
like
Elon's
literally
death.
that can
After
help
all,
you
even though
for
she
like
wanted to put
ether
an end
stuff.
to everything, including her own life, she did try to steal that album not once, but twice. It definitely means a lot to her. Public security also opened a small investigation into the organization that Eve
Nagala, this part of the main story is low key a little too magical for me by the power of friendship kind of plot. Yeah, I mean they at least they build it up for that. Like literally they can explain it because literally at the very first like this quest they basically explain that music is like her form of power, especially her stuff, and her power is like literally making the stage float. At least they explain it instead of just not explaining it and just literally, oh my god, I'm gonna make this stage float without any explanation, you know. At least they didn't do that. They at least they made it like they made a explanation for it, and it actually connects to the main plot instead of just power of friendship. I'm gonna make this stage float without any explanation because that's what I do, you know. At least they explain it. That's why like I don't mind the magic stuff, you know, or like that, you know. At least they made it connect somehow,
used to belong
which is
to.
good.
You know, the same one she worked at with Rain. This organization doesn't actually come up again during season 1, but Zenless loves its foreshadowing.
Yeah,
And if it's
they
not
love
relevant in season
foreshadowing.
1, I suspect it will become relevant in season 2.
Yeah, they literally love foreshadowing on what happened on special program on Jane Doe, on what happened on 1.3 special program from Yanagi. They love foreshadowing, and they even foreshadowed this 1.5, by the way. Not entirely like about Astraya or Evelyn and stuff, but they foreshadowed like how the mechanics work and explain it literally from the very start of the game how Astraya like powers work. So basically, like from the very start of the game, like I said earlier, we use this drive. This drive is basically like music player that can give you power-ups. That's why we buy them from like the music store. They give us like stats and stuff. And that is also why from like the equipment tab, drives and W engine are mixed in together, because those drives you need to put them on your um W engine basically. Like the drives will go to like the W engine, because from what I know, W engine is like very small, like ball, not really that big. Like like you always see when you pull for it. It's not that big. It's like very small, like a pocket size. And then you put like it's like literally a music player. Like it's a music player. And sometimes you see some characters doesn't entirely use like W engine. Like on Astral, literally on Astral, her ball is not even like a W engine itself. Though they call it W engine, it's not like the usual W engine where you put like drives. Her W engine is like her wallet. Like because we already know from Astra Yao, she doesn't really use W engine. She use her stuff, like her stuff that she use. He put her like he put her vinyl CD stuff in there to play music. So yeah, I feel like in lore wise, it doesn't make sense for her to have a W engine. Kinda, I guess I just made that up, but I don't know if someone can explain it. But it makes sense in my head.
Just to give you another example of how much Zenless loves its foreshadowing, our first encounter with Hugo and Vivian, the main characters of the epilogue chapter,
Yeah, it's a borderline acceptable within the settings of Zelda Zone Zero so far. Don't get me wrong though, I do like it, but I feel like it started going towards magic and fantasy. That's yeah, I said this too. Especially when I saw like Astral's powers and stuff from the demo. I said this too. Like, what the fuck? She's still using like magic. This is like I have mixed feelings about it. Even like when I saw also with Yushuan, like how can you explain like mystic arts? I know mystic arts exists from like Chinese old stuff, but how can you explain it when it's like fantasy thing? And a lot of people are complaining like, why are you complaining about the magical stuff? Literally, Zenless Zero is like fantasy. No, like how Zenless Zone Zero works is that it's like the magical stuff that people are saying, like the ether stuff, even though it's magical for us, it's not magical in the world of Zenless Zone Zero. It's a natural source. Like it's there. It's a real thing. Like like let's say on the fantasy world that they use magic. They have mana in there. It's like it's a source on that world. So that's why some people complain that, hey, Zenizons are why is Zenizon Zero becoming magical right now, like fantasy stuff. But in Zenizon Zero, even though it's a fantasy, ether is like a natural source. Yeah, Zenizon Zero is, yeah, more closer to sci-fi and becoming a sci-fi fantasy. I kind of agree, but not really, because with Astrayao, it's like 100% explainable. Because at first we cannot explain it. The we cannot explain it because we don't know the lore. But if you know the music lore on Zenizon Zero, where like literally music controls ether, or not entirely controls ether, but music is like how should I say, the modifier for ether energy. Like it's like a modifier. Now it makes sense since you know that context, and it's still more go into like the sci-fi category, or sci-fi side of it, if you really think about it, because from like 1.0 they already explained that music is a very big concept in Zenless Zero world, especially how ether works. Music, or not really entirely music, more on um vibration. Of course, because music is like kind of like music magical. No, not entirely. Let's give it more technical term. Music equals vibration. Basically, vibration is like the one that modifies like ether. That's why like Astral is very explainable at first since we saw her powers. It's like, oh my god, it's magical. How can you explain this? But when you know the context of like the vibration controlling like ether energy, which is a natural source from Zenless Zero world, now it's like it's not fantasy anymore. It's more like it's still sci-fi because hey, you guys would like, yeah, Yishuan mystical art is pushing it. Yes, I agree with that. I still don't know how they're gonna explain it. They're literally pushing it. But with Astriao, at first we thought it's pushing it, but not really. It's not really pushing it because it's already in the lore from 1.0. It's already in the world. I would say for Astriao, they are pushing it for Astriao if they didn't explain at all about the music and it's not in the lore from like the very start. Okay? I'm gonna be very mad about Astriao if they didn't explain the very start. But I'm not mad anymore because like they explained it. They literally explained on one not entirely explain it, but more on like the word itself. The word itself explained like vibration like modifies or somewhat control ether. But on Yishuan, we don't know anything about Yishuan that can be explained how she control ink. We don't know anything yet. I don't know how they're gonna connect it in the lore because at the moment, even like the lore, like Vanity, they still don't have any explanation about how mystic art works. We do know mystic art is real. From what I know, mystic art is mystic art even real? Yeah, mystic art is real. It's in our culture or like old stuff. It's real. But I don't know how they're gonna explain it to be more technical because usually literally controls ink. Even people are saying it's like what's this like petroleum stuff or something? It's not petroleum but more on like pero something magnet like the magnetic ink. You know that stuff? Right now that's the only like source that we know how they're gonna explain it technically, how Yishuan does things. We still don't have like the official source on how Yishuan works because wait, I think you guys wait, please. Zenless Zone Zero. They explain it very well. Zenless Zone Zero explain it very well, especially for like this weapons. They always post this kind of stuff like behind the agent, like the weapons and stuff. They explain it very well how their powers work. Like on Astriao. I don't know. This gonna take a while. But on Astral, they explained even like on Evelyn, it's like of course it's fantasy stuff because it's not Zone Zero, but they explain the mechanical and how it works to make it sense. Where is Astral? We have a behind this. I thought this one. Yeah, there we go. It's literally a music player. Basically, there we go. Performance instrument. Handcrafted by their own acoustic artisan melody is truly one of the kind. When Astra voice merged with the specific melodic frequencies, Hemolia unleash awe-inspiring sonic waves, delivering a performance both graceful and lethal. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. Since because of like the frequency stuff, like the vibration stuff, it can control ether, and literally it can make the like it says like awe-inspiring sonic waves. So sonic waves is basically like ether energies, like basically attacking like the freaking enemies and stuff. They can explain it technically, especially is in the lore already. But I don't. Yeah, like I said, like you said, Yishuan is pushing it. But I have trust in Zone Zero how they're gonna explain this because this is honestly like, how can you explain ink floating around? There's only one thing that you can explain it. It's either like literally magic at this point, or how How are we gonna explain this? Like you literally have bird ink. To be honest, it might be similar to Miyabi's Demon Sword thing. It's all energy. Imagine like inky stuff. Usually still have higher version of ether manipulation. No, they explain it on like the dev talk. We have a Chinese dev talk. Remember the like the 30-minute dev talk that they did, or 10-minute dev talk that they did. We have a 1 hour long dev talk explaining Yishuan power. Basically, Yishuan's power is not related to ether at all, or it's not ether manipulation, but they have the same process. That's why Yishuan is gonna be our mentor to control like ether energy, or our energy, or our ether. Because like I explained, like when we did like the quest 1.7 quest, when they revealed that like Phaeton's power about ether stuff, like it's like a repellent for modified ether from like the modified ether of Exaltis. There we go. But there's still wait. Oh my god, I explain it. Okay, I will explain it again. Basically, like the modified ether is from the Exaltis, but the natural ether, like the green, the modified ether is like red, right? From like Bringer. That's why you say, that's why it's like very different color. That's why you see Bringer, it has different color. It still has like the greenish stuff on it, but as you can see, it has like the red color of it, like the accent changes because it's like a modified ether. This is basically like the Exaltis ether, okay? Then we have the natural ether, ethereal. We have the usual ethereal color, which is green. This is like the common one, okay? We also have some stuff like purple stuff, and also I think we also have red. Yeah, this one. We have pink one. I don't know. We still don't have any lore about this because this is like literally pink. And from what I know, Exaltis is also related to this girl, and also freaking like the puppet ethereal that we got from Lost Void. I forgot the name. Geppetto. Geppetto also have a different ether, but they still didn't explain stuff from that one because some of this ethereal is also like this one is fucking red. I don't know if this is, there's still no explanation if this is like the modified version of ethereal energy or ether energy, because but we have the explanation that like the green this green is like the natural one. This is like the common one. So like a different color, like literally no, not only green by the way, and also violet. Green and violet. Usually those are like the common one. So we do have an explanation about Bringer. We still don't have any explanation about this kind of ether. But we know it's like freaking this girl, I forgot the name again of this enemy, is related to Exaltis at some point, even Geppetto. That's why Geppetto doesn't have green at all. Wait, Geppetto, ZZZ. Oh yeah. Yeah, like you can see it's fucking red again, fucking have red ether. So I don't know, but they have connections. And like I said, like the Phaeton's energy is basically they have the powers to control ether, and they have the powers to repel Exaltis modified ether energy. Basically like what happened on Vivian or corrupted. No. Cutscene. Scene. This one. This is why the Phaeton repelled this kind of ether like stuff, because this kind of ether is from basically Exaltis, like the injection. Oh my god, we are ranting. Oh my god, we are ranting. This is supposed to be a video about the reaction. Oh my god, we are literally ranting. So basically, it's not confirmed yet, but from the theories that basically like Phaeton have like the powers to repel like the modified ether. Basically, that's their powers. since they got upgrade, they also now wait. No. On 1.4, they still don't have upgrades, right? But they tank bringer explosion. They have the powers to um how should I say this, to repel modified ether from Exaltis, but they don't have the it's still not unlocked, or like their powers is still unlocked to repel or to have a high resistance to natural ether energy. That's why they have like side effects from what also happened in 1.4. They also foreshadowed this on 1.4 1.4 chapter, or chapter 5, where we are inside the hollow with Miyabi and we almost died. It's because of the natural ether. But somehow we like fucking tank ethereal bomb from bringer. How can we tank ethereal bomb from bringer when we cannot even we almost died inside a hollow, you know? And yeah, basically they can control ether now since they got the upgrades, and that's why what happened to Vivian. It's Vivian purify. Yeah, it's something like that. And then coming back, oh my god, the tangent is crazy. Coming back to Yishuan, they explain on the dev talk that Yishuan power is not related to ether at all. So I don't know how they're gonna explain that technically. The mystic art. I don't know how they're gonna explain that. And they also said that we didn't explain, but we could say that the process of controlling like the mystic art is the same as controlling ether. So that is also why like Mayor signed her to be our mentor. So we will learn control stuff from her. So I don't know. We don't know anything about Yishuan's power. We don't have any foreshadowing, just like Astrael's power. We don't have any like lore wise explanation about it. And yeah, this is why a lot of people are how can you make this? How like how are you gonna explain mystical arts? Also, coming back to what you said, Durak, the Miyabi's Demon Sword. Miyabi's Demon Sword is also explainable because Miyabi's Demon Sword is related to, like, they basically explain it. Miyabi's Sword is basically a storage for a hollow. Basically, what she's emitting is ether energy also from I don't know like the whole lore about it, but basically like the power of the sword is like very similar to ether also. They only call it in different term because they have different culture, just like how just like on dragons, people Chinese people, or on the Chinese, like in real life China, uh they call dragon Loong, but on England or like West, we call it dragon. And I think some people some from like the West also, they call it wyvern. I cannot pronounce it, but wyvern. But they also changed the term of wyvern into like a smaller version of a dragon. So basically, is the same is the same thing that happened to Miyabi Sword. They call it yokai, but in like in Zenless Zero lore, it's basically the same thing as ether monsters, you know. And also they also have yokai in the game also, like tyrant and stuff. So it's very explainable too. Okay, this nerd talking. Wyvern Dragon is very much to. Yeah, no. Yes, it's two different thing. Yeah, it's two different thing. But they call it Wyvern also from the West. But like I said, in different culture they call it different things. That's why I said that is also why I said that they changed the meaning of Wyvern into like a lower being from a dragon. Basically, like Wyvern is very different from dragon, you know? wouldn't that make Frost eat her eyes? Yeah, basically. Yeah. I trust devs and story team to cook. I mean, they already cooking. Like they don't explain it to you directly, but if you really look at the lore, it's super cool. Like the Zenless Zone Zero lore, especially how they explain Ether, it's so cool. That's why I got so interested, and I like how Astrayo stuff works because like they foreshadow it on 1.0, and coming into 1.5, I like, oh, like I literally said, oh, that makes sense why Astrayo works like that. Like because I should have said this. I watched this before 1.5. Ashikai explained it. Where is it? Ashikai have a one video explaining um Exaltis basically. Oh my god, I cannot find the video, but I found a video. I don't know if it's Ashikai, but I found a video basically explaining um how sound is a very main thing about ZZZ lore because it literally modifies or like control ether on like the ZZZ world, and that is why we have like I think we have from the source that I know when I watched that video, they have a source where it's like a diary. I think it's from like the archipelago. They have a diary explaining Exaltis. I mean, they don't on the diary they don't know it's Exaltis, but it's like a quote. They explain it as a quote where they are singing and they are seeing some stuff when they are singing. Like it's like a demon summoning, but it's not really demon summoning because it's explainable by ether, you know. So it's basically uh when like on like religion, right? Like on church, we have like choirs. They sing a hymn. It's basically that. So she explained it where like music is like very like connected to the Zenless Zero lore, and like that's why like hymn and stuff like freaking summoning stuff from like ether something. I forget the video because it's been months since the last time I watched that video, but they when I watched that, when I said like, oh, so that's how Astrayo power works. It's because of freaking like vibration frequency stuff. So that's why he can control freaking ether. Like oh, like I got my mind blown. I literally got my mind blown when I watched that video, and I think around those times also like I keep I stopped like dogpiling Asterayao and like being like Asterayao being fantasy when I saw that video, and then like that's why I keep mentioning this also from like some other stream. I forgot when we talk about lore. Vibrant has no hands, Dragon has hands basically. It's still a dragon though. They still call it like somewhat related to dragon because I mean like Chinese dragon long is literally a freaking long worm that is flying. Like literally a long fucking dragon. Like that is like a snake. Like literally this, wait. The Chinese dragon. This is their dragon. Look at this. This is their dragon, like a fucking worm dragon. European dragon. This is the dragon that we all know, right? This is the dragon that we all know, like literally a fucking lizard. But this is their dragon, a fucking snake. So that's why it does like that's why I said earlier, like the meaning for wyvern and dragon is not the same anymore, but they still have from the cultures and stuff, they still like it's still a dragon. Like basically a dragon. That's why I also mentioned like Chinese dragon because they call it dragon. Long is the dragon, but it's very different. I think they also I watched it's very interesting. I also watched this one video like dragon from different culture. There we go. The dragon, why dragon appear in every culture, Europe to Asia. So basically explaining like different kind of dragon from every kind of culture. They have a different kind of like terms also from dragon. Look at this. You can see freaking. So if you watch this, it's very interesting. Like like China also have like this dragon festival where um China dragon performance. You can also see it right here. Like they do this kind of performance where the dragon is like very long too. Like it's in the culture. Like every like literally every culture is like have different kinds of dragons. Oh my god, I've been yapping. How did we turn this freaking like reaction into a yapping session? We literally 6 minutes in the video. My recording is 40 minutes. My recording is 40 minutes already. Is this even good? Okay, I think I need to stop. I think I will stop recording because honestly, this became a tangent anymore. I think I'm not gonna. I think this is just like live stream exclusive, I guess. This reaction stuff. We're just gonna go to tangent. We're not even gonna make a content today. I guess we're just gonna talk about lore stuff. But yeah, fucking six. We're like 7 minutes in the video, and my recording is 40 minutes already. I'm just gonna stop. I'm not gonna upload this on YouTube. This is more interesting to talk about this. I am passing out. I'm sorry. I mean, you're great at yapping. I literally have a lot to say because it's like it's so interesting. Literally, it's so interesting. The best kind of reaction video. I don't want to upload this, bro. I don't want to upload this anymore because we've been yapping. This is getting into different tangents. Western wise, all of the dragons are called draconics, which goes into dragons, drakes, wyvern. Yeah, dragon drakes. Yeah, drakes also. From what I know, drakes is also like a dragon. They also explain it in like Genshin lore when I'm very like super stick into like Genshin lore when like I forget the name from like the dragon spine. They explain like this dragon from the dragon spine is like very different from like the original dragon. It's so cool because they all like they explain okay, another tangent I guess. On Genshin they explain dragon on they explain dragon as how they explain dragon in real life too. Basically, every culture have different dragon. So that is why, like Zhongli, even though like Zhongli, it's not really like Zhongli is not really a dragon, but he's like his appearance as a dragon is like a long freaking Chinese dragon. They Genshin also explains very well. So hey. Have you seen the time loop? Oh my god, what is this tangent anymore? This is not even a tangent. What is a time loop? Time loop theory. Huh? Oh my god. Okay. First of all, I don't wanna go tangent to freaking time traveling, time looping, bro. Oh my god. Have you seen time loop theory for Zen Zone Zero? Wait, what? Oh my god, is it's a fucking Bobby. It's a fucking Bobby video. This is gonna be interesting because Bobby is also a fucking lore nerd. I'm guessing it's from Bobby, right? I don't know the theory of time loop theory from Xenozone Zero, but I do know that Hollow is like literally um what's this? Like Hollow is literally like space and time. Like it's like have the ability to like fucking change space and time basically. So that's why a lot of people are terrorizing that ZZZZ Void Hunter That's why a lot of people are like, oh my god, are like being obsessed with the Void Hunter coming back, like the Sunbringer, like Joyous, especially like the what's this? Especially this guy, like forget the name of this, like Professor, yeah, Professor RK. Them, this one, like they're like theorizing that she will come back because like he stayed on like Hollow Zero, right? I don't know about freaking Joyous and the freaking Sunbringer. We don't know anything about them, but a lot of people are like being obsessive about it. Like, oh my god, they're gonna come back, guys. They're gonna come back because Hollow is like space and time. I'm not gonna go there for now because honestly, we're not even like unlike the main story, we're not even close to that lore yet. We do know it exists. Like Hollow is like related to space and time. It's only theory for now, or like not really theory, but there's like proof of it in Zenless lore. But at the moment on the main story, it's not we're not even close to it yet. We literally in like trying to upgrade our stuff. That's we're not even close to that yet. So it's like a wormhole, it's a headless from dead cells. Yeah. I think so. I don't recall whose video I saw it first. Hyun? Oh my god, I don't even know anymore. There's so many tangent, but let's get into this.
Happens not within the chapter itself, but during the Redo's
I-
Got Boo
I-
event
I-
that's
I
hosted
tar-
at Starloop Tower
I
shortly
tired.
after Astra's concert. And while the Bang Boo pageant does take center stage for most of the
I'm sorry, guys. I know I've been yapping, but holy. Wait, let me see some of your chat also. I know I stopped recording now, so I think I can pause on this reaction. But let me see some of your chat. Usually is mystical art is pushing it though. Unless the dev team cook up a way to explain this mystical art, yeah. Let's just see how Zenless Zero is gonna cook because honestly, magnetic ink. How can you explain magnetic ink and how can you explain it moving around when you don't have like a second source of it like to make it float basically. So it's not even explainable by magnetic ink like ferrofluid or something. Is that what it called? Ferrofluid? How can you even explain that? There's no way to explain that without any second source like freaking metal or something or magnet. Like Rina's floating device is more explainable than like Yishuan floating ink. But because at least Rina have a like explainable to it because Rina literally have a magnet in like Rina's outfit is full of magnets basically. Even her shoes is full of magnets. And she works with electromagnetic stuff. So it's like her is like still explainable, but Yishuan floating ink, how is it gonna be ferrofluid? How can it be ferrofluid? So literally, this is a red flag for Yishuan. I don't know how they're gonna explain mystic arts unless they may it's only gonna work. I think the only thing that they can explain mystic arts is like to make it literally real. Because like in reality, for us, mystic arts is not real. Like literally, mystic art is not real. It's only on like Chinese lore. We don't know even if like there's evidence of it being real. We only know from like novels and stuff from Chinese stuff, like old stuff. We all know that's the only mention of mystic arts. And some people even practice it, but I don't know if they're even successful to it. But in Zen Zone Zero, anything is possible, honestly. It's like a fictional world. But I don't know if they're gonna make it a officially real on their world, or they're just gonna stick to it being technical. I mean Zenless Zone Zero. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. Even though like I said that I don't want the game to be um to be fantasy, Zenless Zone Zero is all like you said, Valk. Zenless Zone Zero is already a sci-fi fantasy because Is it like a one of the Void Hunter? Is it one of the Void Hunter? Have freaking angel wings? This girl? She has a wings. She has a wings. I don't know how they're even gonna explain that. We are So that means that we have like mystical creatures or mystical tyrant. I mean, yeah. Oh my god, we also have yokais and stuff. We have oni. We have literally oni demons, like demon species. By the way, demon is not that bad. I mean, like in real life, we call it like a bad thing, but usually in Zelda, some of like it's like a species or like a freaking race. You already have Oni, a freaking like chop. General chop is not Oni. I guess it doesn't even matter in Zenless. I guess the only thing matters is how they're gonna connect it to be technical. So Yishu I feel like Yishu one is the smaller scale to it because she's just a character, that's why we just think it's like a big thing. But honestly, if you really look at Zenless Zone Zero World, it's not even like the biggest thing. Like mystic art is not even the biggest red or like biggest red flag that we don't want Zenless Zone Zero to be fantasy thing. It's already a fantasy game. Well, used to have Oni. No, we still have Onis. We still have Onis. General Chop is an Oni. That's why I keep saying like I hope we get more Onis like from like the Yanagi demo or Yanagi teaser video or reaction. I said like I hope we see more Onis because we literally have Onis in the game. And from the lore, Yanagi literally connected Oni, like the Oni species, to like the human world to be accepted. It's basically like a racist government. So like freaking Yanagi made them connect to the human world or new Eredu. So that's why we have Onis now on like the game, like freaking General Chop and Junior Chop, I think. But they're Onis. They're red Onis. So Kaku is a blue Oni. Oh my god, Destiny 2 mention. I don't know if you know Destiny 2. But yeah. Wings would be a tyrant stuff. Yeah. Wings could be a tyrant, but I don't know how they're gonna I don't know how they're gonna make that because I know one creature that can be a tyrant is like the what's this like those like species, humanoid species that have instead of hands they have wings, you know. Basically their hands is like a wing. They still have claws and stuff. Like I forgot what they're called. Like I don't know. I forgot the creature is called. Basically like a humanoid that have harpy. Yes, harpy. Thank you. I mean harpy is already a tyrant, so I don't know. I mean we have furries. Like it's already like yeah. Oh my god. Now that I think about it, why are we even complaining about Yeshua's mystical arts when we have freaking furries in the game? We have freaking Oni. We have freaking yokai. We have freaking angel. Like literally Oni is a demon. Like yeah, Oni equals demon. It's just a different name or term. Not really like technically like bad demons like I said earlier, but we only have these things that is fanciful, like mystical creatures. Why are we even like stuck up to like mystic arts? I guess like technically that's maybe because like Zenless have a like how weapons work and how agent works. We have like I guess we already got used to be like characters being technical and stuff being like modern. So this one is kind of like a red flag versus Mystic Art. But honestly, Mystic Arts compared to the whole Zenless Zero is like a small part of it. I don't know. We have Nekomata, Pulkra, the different levels of star. I don't know how it works though. Yeah. Uh, uh, oh my god. Yapping. It's been 2 hours now. Hey, I promise I'm gonna stream after 3 hours, so don't worry.
The event, behind the scenes, Hugo is living up to his Phantom Thief name. He'd sent a warning letter claiming his organization.
How did I remember it? We have vampires. Literally have vampires. You have Banshee. Oh my god. Like literally. Like literally Vivian is already unexplainable. Like very fantastical, magical also. Banshee is like a mystical creature. And by the way, Vivian is a Banshee. Her full name is like Vivian Banshee. And just like Banshee, she like from what I know, Banshee like cries and like freaking can yeah, there we go. The Who heralds death. Usually by scaring, wailing, and shrieking, killing. Basically, when they cried and like it's like a freaking premonition that someone is gonna die. Just like literally how Vivian is. It's already freaking fantastical. Why are we not complaining about that and we're complaining about Yeshua and like freaking moving ink? Is it like let's compare future future death premonition versus floating ink. We're complaining about ink when we have angel, vampire, a banshee that have literally ability to freaking see future people that gonna die. You know what? I realized too, Nekomata grew up in a gang. Do you think Nekomata was taught to act stereotypically like a god, but the gang member? Maybe. I don't know. From what I know, she didn't technically grow up with the Silver Gang. I know she joined the Silver Gang. They become their family, but maybe that's also why she acts like. I mean, no. I mean, yeah. Purkra doesn't meow. Why is Nekomata meowing? Why is she meowing, bro? Maybe because of the gang. She have like the mannerism or like talking mannerism of a usual cat girl. And Purkra doesn't really have that. She doesn't, yeah. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like Nekomata just acts so much different than every other tyrant we all know about. Yeah, we know. I mean, Lycon growl. I guess not entirely. Lycon is like a wolf, so he growls. He doesn't, bro. Bro doesn't even shout. Like literally, Lycon doesn't shout when he's angry. When he's angry, like freaking, "Arr!" That's how he's angry. Literally, Lycon. I guess Big Ben. We don't know anything about Big Ben. He doesn't. We don't know anything about Big Ben. Unless Nakamata grew up with actual cats. Just a weirdo. I mean, I think Nakamata grew up with a bunch of cats because from what I know, I mean, Nakamata is a cat, so she's very close with cats itself. From what I know from the teaser that I remember, she's mostly like with cats all the time. Nakamata does it just because it's cute. Why is this about it? Ooh. So it's not like a mannerism. It's just she just does it. It becomes her. Basically, it becomes her talking mannerism. Basically, it's not like a natural
Organization
thing.
called Mockingbird would steal the yearlight that year, and the yearlight is a very important symbol of a national holiday that commemorates the day the Void Hunter Joyous first managed to calculate a successful path through the hollow and return safely. A true turning point in Eridu's history. Now, Lycon was sent to thwart this plan, but the yearlight theft was really just a misdirection.
You know what's crazy? Phaeton is already too OP without even fairy. Like literally, Phaeton is one of like is already too OP without fairy, without even like these upgrades and stuff. They are already too OP that people they are literally wanted. From what I know, they are literally wanted. They keep like that's why they call like legendary proxy. Isn't that crazy? I just realized that. I mean, I realized it a long time ago, but
Hugo's real target wasn't the year light at all, but
You know.
instead a copy of Astra Yao's first album, The Stars of Lyra, which he successfully stole from her and replaced with a more valuable limited edition copy, without anybody noticing. And this is our first glimpse into the inner machinations of Hugo's mind, and we're about to get a lot more familiar with it.
oh yeah, what happened to the?
祝う声が必要でしょ
I said this before. I keep
So
I keep blaming Hugo about it. What actually happened to like the freaking CD?
Hugo may be a thief, but he's not really one to lurk in the shadows.
it become
Instead
actually
of
his
doing the sensible
collection or
thing
something?
and trying to keep a low profile after stealing Astra's CD from Astra, he shows up at Random Play looking for a movie called Children of Devils. But this request, like most of the things he does, is just a cover and an excuse for foreshadowing. But more on that later. Hugo officially
It's crazy how Zenless are doing this foreshadowing. They literally they literally keep doing it. That's why like I think Zenless story is like it's like Zenless story is like like literally a long burn. It's not like the other game like this is also why I like Zenless story than other Hoyo games right now. Because if you know like some stories from like Genshin or most stories from Genshin and HSR, they have one goal. Literally, like if you finish this, it's over. That's basically how 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 their story works. But on Zenless Zero, there's no over. You know, there's no like final thing that big happen. Basically, after the quest, like literally it's just a long progression of things. And that's also one of my critic on 1.7. They did it too much that like the landing didn't stack well at all. Like the process is more interesting. It's like literally a long burn. That's why I really like Zenless Zero like storytelling or story itself. There's no ending to it or like a definitive like let's say on like Naruto or something. Naruto, we have an pain arc. Pain arc where Naruto gonna fight Pain. So when Naruto defeated Pain, there's like a big celebration. Whoa! Like it's like freaking ending of a chap, like ending of a arc. Zenless have an arc, but like those arc doesn't have an ending. It's like a continuous line. Where I mean, of course, there's like climax stuff, but like those climax is even like foreshadowing for another climax that this climax is another freaking foreshadowing for this climax. It's literally a long fucking story. I mean, compare like Holy Games story is like long freaking story, but on Zenless is like you can literally see it like there's no ending. I need to go. Take care, Yun. Bye bye, Vag. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this tangent. We didn't finish the video with you. So as a random tangent, why does Jane Doe outfit says disguise on it? Doesn't feel like a good undercover outfit. Says disguise on it. How would I know, bro? Her outfit is literally more like eye catching, and it's not even a disguise. It's not even like a normal civilian outfit. I don't know, bro. It's not even explainable even to me. I just said like just get on with it. That's literally my thoughts about it.
he introduces himself as an art curator and collector who rubs elbows with society's upper crust. He then jokes that some people within high society like collecting human organs, of all things, which is not just disturbing, but it's also a very strange thing to say to someone that you've only met twice. But it's also foreshadowing for later, so I'm going to ignore the
Foreshadowing
weirdness. In an
to
effort to perhaps
my girl,
remove said
Twiggy.
weirdness, Hugo also offers Belle and Wise tickets to a private auction and tells them about a raffle that they might be interested in, which is much less weird. But the raffle is just bait, pure and simple. It's a means for Hugo to ease the master proxies into his master plan, and they fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. So they attend the raffle only to run into Hugo again, surprise, surprise, but more importantly, they also have their first encounter with someone of the Ravenlock family there. And you better get familiar with these guys because they're pretty important. Hugo explains that the Ravenlocks were once a rather affluent and
basically Zenless on Zero stories like, hey, pay attention to your surroundings because some of this stuff is gonna be very important in the story. That's how Zenless on Zero story works. I'm just taking off my so I can I'm literally leaning into my chair so I can just watch this.
influential family affiliated with
holding-
Tops, but in
I'm
recent
holding
years
the
they've lost
mic
much
now.
of that wealth and power that they once enjoyed. A real fall from grace, if you will. I've mentioned the term a few times at this point, but if you're unfamiliar, Tops is basically like a coalition of massive corporations in New Eridu, companies
Yes.
like Odium and Fugue. This coalition of
is a
corporations
former
is trying
Tops.
to
Oh.
wrestle power away from the local New Eridu government. And that includes the mayor of New Eridu, and he's pretty important because he's also Victoria Housekeeping's current employer. This is all information that Lycon
that's a
tells
big,
us when we
like,
get back
big
to the video store
information that
after
we
the
got
raffle
from
event. And this mayor wants to
1.6.
talk to Belle and Wise. As for why the mayor wants to talk to two random video store owners, it's because he was actually friends with Belle and Wise's
This is like such a big surprise because they didn't foreshadow this at all. I mean, it's okay for like the mayor to be, oh my god, I'm related to Victoria Housekeeping. Because we know like Victoria Housekeeping works for like big guys, like big rich guys. So I guess like it's when they were like, oh my god, mayor is like the thing, like the owner. Yeah, it makes sense. But now making mayor is connected to Carol. Oh, how?
teacher, Carol Arna.
I guess we
So
don't
he
have any
knows
explanation
who
about
Belle
for
and
it.
Wise
or
are.
the
He
foreshadowing
knows that
for
they
it.
are faith in. Heck, he probably knows a lot more than just that. But the good news is he's not their enemy. In fact, he's here to help Belle and Wise in Carol's place.
It's up to
Somehow or
something,
another,
maybe.
The mayor
I
got
don't
his
know.
hands on some of Carol's research into the siblings' ocular implants. Now, while he doesn't elaborate on the true purpose of these implants, he does explain that because they're wired directly into Belle and Wise's brains, their functions are limited by their body's condition, which is being dragged down by the strain of using the HDD to sync with EOS, thus lowering their ether aptitude, which makes them susceptible to
You know what's crazy? I always think about this. What if we have a secret society? Not really secret society, but more on like a big underground faction that is like a big deal. Not like Victoria Housekeeping or something like that. No. Like it's a big faction where they literally hold the key for something. I'm talking about. Wait a minute. I'm talking about what happened in this lore teaser because it seems like a faction owns the four AI, like the four big AI. Where is it? This one.
Jimmy, pack up and start uploading.
Yeah, these guys that are talking.
You four behave now and wait for someone who can awaken you. Then together, that's when we'll make new Eridu.
Yeah, that girl that are talking in the background. And then we probably gonna have a faction that is like underground, like like those big organization, like from Wuthering Waves. We have like Black Shores. Maybe we will have that on Zenless Zero. Because it doesn't make sense for the higher ups like tops or like the mayor to give to like suddenly have like fairy like the biggest AI, because if they have the biggest AI, they're gonna use it. But this guy that like the girl that I was talking earlier, it seems like it's like a faction like Black Shores that are like, hey, we're gonna have this AI stuff. For some reason, we're gonna put it on like the new Arido, and let's see who's gonna find it. And a lot of people know about this AI, but don't know where it is. Or secondary cop mayor will be our first buff male agent, maybe.
corruption within
I don't know about that
the
though.
hollows, which is also why they're not supposed to stay in the hollows for that long. Now, Carol was researching ways to mitigate the effects of syncing with the HDD, but she vanished before she could finish her research. So the mayor decided to hire a team of specialists from the Marcel group to continue her research, and they happened to find a way to upgrade the HDD system in such a way that it would reduce the strain it puts on Belle and Wise's bodies, which would then allow Belle and Wise's bodies to regain their original ether aptitude.
Yes.
In other words, they would now be able to go into hollows for longer periods of time without fearing corruption. And now, just a fun fact, the Marcel Group is a company that was established by
Yeah,
the boy hunter
Sunbringer.
Sunbringer. She also invented the Bang Boos, so it's very fitting that the Marcel Group is the one upgrading the HDD since it's responsible for syncing with Eos, who's a Bang Boo. In light of that, you might think the Marcel Group is the one responsible for giving Astra the sensory sync prototype. However, we know she got it from Tops, and
Yeah,
given
no.
that the Marcel Group seems to be affiliated with the mayor, it's unlikely that the Marcel Group is part of Tops. Although it is
I have one theory about that because Tops is like very related to Exaltis, and I feel like from what I know, Tops is like very competitive with the Mayflower family, especially on like who's the with like in terms of power and money. And yeah, it makes sense that Marshall Group is not related to. I don't know whose group is like for like Tops to like literally give Astraeo this like sensory prototype
is
thingy.
possible. After a quick test of their new ether adaptability, the mayor also explains that the sacrifice monsters are different from ethereals in that they can exist outside of the hollows thanks to a mysterious core that allows them to sustain themselves without the presence of ether. So if one should ever be set loose upon the city, it would cause panic and chaos. Which is, yes, more foreshadowing. Because as it turns out, that sacrifice monster that they found with Bellabog, well, it also had a core inside of it, and that core had been extracted and kept in the mayor's high security office, only for someone to magically steal it and then
Oh, I didn't even know that someone stole the core. I just like it just randomly there. But I do know like from 1.7 story, Hugo got it and put it in like the auction. So I didn't even know where Hugo got it. So I guess this connects now. I didn't even know this.
put it up for auction. And that's no bueno, so the mayor wants Phaethon to retrieve it. But tickets to a high society auction are a little bit hard to get, so the only person they can turn to is Hugo, who does agree to help them, but only if they do him a small favor first. Nothing too difficult, just listening in on a conversation between Hartman Ravenlock and his associate. And boy, are those guys up to no good. Insurance scams and organ trafficking?
Organ trafficking
Yikes.
from
But
Twiggy.
hey, that's not our problem. It is Hugo's problem. We are just here for the auction invitations and we've done our part, so hand them over. But it's kind of starting to look like the Ravenlock stuff is going to be our problem because we keep running into them. That one Ravenlock that we met at the raffle is present at the auction, and so is Hartman. Now, the auction lounge is where we make first contact with Vivian, or I guess second contact, since we also saw her at the Bang Boo pageant. And Vivian is an associate of HUGO'S, although we're not really supposed to know that yet. There's barely time to exchange greetings before a desperate woman named Sienna begs Vivian to purchase a certain necklace for her. And Vivian does so, but has no intention of handing it over to Sienna. This is actually a good thing, but we won't know that until later. Oh, and see this lady? You want to remember her for later too.
Yeah, he's a fucking. I usually said this on 1.6, like on 1.6 quest, that I literally took her photo because she's standing out. It doesn't even look like, I mean she's an NPC, but she doesn't even look like the normal NPC, you know? that you see normally. So that's why like I got close to her, like freaking took pictures of her, like wow. Like I literally said, wow, you look beautiful. God damn, beautiful NPC. And she happens to be on like the freaking very last scene of like the quest. She happens to be like related to Exaltis. Like, oh, god damn, the coincidence is crazy.
But for now, Phaethon is a bit more preoccupied with a gem that they
Yeah, she's even there on this.
believe is the sacrifice
My
core
God.
that they're looking for. And they're gonna have to enter a bidding war with Hartman Ravenlock in order to get it. And get it we do not, because Hartman happens to win that bidding war. But he doesn't get to bask in the glow of victory for very long, because the lights go out, and when they return, Hugo, dressed as Mockingbird, flaunts his stolen sacrifice core before disappearing
Yay!
into the
Bye
night like he was never
bye.
there. Now, if you played through Lycon's companion mission, you would know that Lycon and Hugo have a bit of a history
Oh
together.
no!
So Lycon wastes no time giving chase into a nearby hollow. But
Okay, I
catching up
thought
to Hugo is a
she's gonna
little
spoil it for
too
me.
Easy.
Please
It's
no.
like we're being lured into a trap. But the usually calm and collected Lycon is a little too emotional about the whole thing to pay it much attention. This ends with a confrontation that puts Hugo and Lycon's philosophical disagreements on full display, and fortunately, Phaethon doesn't die in the struggle. As for what led to
What do you mean unfortunately doesn't die?
this difference in philosophies, well, that requires a deeper
What
look
the
into
fuck?
their shared history.
Unfortunately doesn't die.
Hey, you
What did you say? Wait, you haven't played it yet? Bro! No, I haven't played it yet. I know some characters from there, but I guess I got spoiled that hey, Hugo is there on the story quest. And then I also got spoiled that this somehow like Lily Academy student is on the freaking story too. That is like also one of like Vivian is also one of the student there from that Lily University or something, and like the season 2 character that like the bunny character that we saw, the like a student uniform and have the they also have like the badge thingy from the university is also from there. So literally I got spoiled. So I'm just like I got from the I didn't really get spoiled from like the main story of it, but I got spoiled from like pieces of the story, like like the student, like I said, student and like Hugo being related to like but yeah. Sorry.
see, Hugo was
I'm
the
very
illegitimate
sorry,
child of the Ravenlock
guys.
family,
Don't-
hence why he's been watching them from a distance. And if
Don't
you asked
attack
him what
me,
his childhood was like,
please.
he'd probably describe it as hell on earth. His own father tortured his children, caused countless others to suffer, and his children followed in the footsteps of their father's cruelty. Like, when they noticed how well Hugo got along with his half-sister Serena, the other children murdered her and pinned the blame
God damn. Now that explains it. So basically, like the other children killed Serena, not Hugo. Okay, so now that explains what I said on like the on the freaking Hugo demo or like Hugo EP, I think. That explains it now very well that Hugo just blamed himself. So it's not really directly that she killed them, but
blame on
indirectly, I
Hugo.
guess.
But instead of punishing him for this murder of his own child, Hugo's father rewarded him instead. And life never got better. After surviving countless assassination attempts, suffering unspeakable cruelties, he finally reached his limit and ran away from home. It wasn't long before he met Lycon and his mentor Jack. Now, Jack was a bit of a phantom thief, and although he was not particularly well off, he did take both of them in, and he taught them everything he knew, including his philosophy of justice. Now, Jack believed that no matter what, a life should never be taken. Murder should never be an option because no one should ever be in a position where they can unilaterally determine what form justice should take. This was a philosophy that Lycon shared with Jack. But Hugo saw things a little bit differently. Although he did swear an oath not to kill anyone alongside Lycon and Jack, he still believed in the concept of fairness. If you killed someone, you deserved to be killed. It's only
Basically, eye for an eye.
fair. And if killing one person could prevent the deaths of several others, then that should also be considered a good option and the true form of justice, of fairness. This perspective of HUGO'S worried both Lycon and Jack. Jack was afraid that these ideals may lead Hugo down the wrong path at some point in the future.
It always
And should
goes
that ever
down there.
happen,
It always
Jack
go
hoped
to the
Lycon would be able to
bad
stop
part
him before it was
when they
too
think
late.
about it like that.
Hugo was aware of this conversation and of Jack and Lycon's lack of trust in him, but he never confronted them about it because he still believed that he was right. Even after Jack passed away and he and Lycon founded Mockingbird together, he still believed in the concept of fairness, an eye for an eye, equivalent exchange, if you will. So Hugo spent years plotting revenge against his father, truly believing that if his father were to die, countless other lives could be saved. So he arranged for there to be a Mockingbird mission at the Ravenlock family manor, and while the others were busy being a distraction, he would slip away unnoticed to kill his father. And he nearly succeeded, but as he was about to deal that final blow, he remembered the oath he swore to never take a life, and he hesitated. And because he hesitated for too long, his father regained consciousness. Hugo panicked and vanished, but his father had an idea of what happened, and he was furious. He locked everyone in the hall of the manor while he sought out his assassin, but when he couldn't find them, he killed everyone in the hall and blamed it on a nearby hollow disaster.
Chicken inasal. At
Oh my
chicken
god,
boy.
chicken inasal. What the fuck?
Kain sa mang inasal. Tara.
Oh my god, I'm hungry now. Fucking inasal, bro.
The night shall be
Fuck, I wanna eat.
When Hugo came out of hiding and found the bodies, he realized that his mistake in not killing his father resulted in all of these deaths.
Oh, so okay, this I already know this. I already know. I already know some of the stuff. Like basically, Hugo didn't kill like stuff, but like thought he killed them. But I know this. This explains to me now how Hugo's philosophy until now he still does it or he still thinks that way. It's because he experienced it himself. So basically, like as I said, because he didn't kill because he didn't kill his dad, a lot of people got killed instead. So he blames himself again. So basically, just like what happened to Serena when the children killed Serena because he got friendly with him. He said blaming him on himself. So basically, now that sets the seal for his philosophy of being like, hey, murder is like the fucking fair. Basically, eye for an eye. He basically just think of it that way now. That's why that's his philosophy now. But I think he still doesn't do it. But how should I say this? Like he believes in his philosophy, but he cannot do what he believes, basically. So that's why he doesn't throughout the quest. I think he didn't kill anybody, right?
Deaths. Lycon arrived just in time to witness the aftermath of the slaughter, and he immediately assumed that
Chicken.
Hugo was the guilty party. He truly believed that Hugo broke his promise not to take a life. And despite not having been involved with their murders directly, he still felt responsible for their deaths. And even though it hurt that Lycon didn't trust him despite everything that they've been through together, Hugo couldn't bring himself to correct him. And to add insult to injury, Lycon left Mockingbird soon after and went to work for the mayor. He effectively abandoned Hugo, and this was the ultimate betrayal in Hugo's eyes. So Lycon doesn't trust Hugo because he thinks Hugo murdered his family. Hugo feels like Lycon betrayed their friendship by leaving and not trusting him. And even if they could reconcile their differences, Hugo still wants revenge on what's left of his family, especially Hartman. And that is why Hugo stole the sacrifice core from the mayor's office. As for what he intends to do with that core, well, he sent a letter of intent to the mayor threatening to use the core to unleash sacrifice monsters upon the city. Seems a little extreme for a family feud to me, but okay. So I guess if we want to figure out what's
Basically
going
have a
on with the
grand
sacrifices and how they
plan
relate
that
to
is
Hugo's
so
plan, we're
corny.
gonna need to investigate the Exaltus
I mean, not
core
that corny,
because
but,
they're
you
the
know.
ones who are responsible for the sacrifices in the first place. And the best place to start is by investigating Bringer, because, you know, he was not just a part of the Exaltists, but he also became a sacrifice in the end. So we start by checking in with Zhu Yuan, who mentions some oddities around Bringer's case and even suspects that some recent missing person and organ trafficking cases could be related to that case, which is strange. Hugo also mentioned something about the upper crust collecting organs, and the Ravenlocks he's targeting are also involved with organ
It's
trafficking.
crazy
and
that
also
how
some insurance
Hugo
scam where people are
literally.
going missing. So it appears that the
It's
Raven
crazy how Hugo is literally connected to all of the stuff that happened in Zenless Zone Zero. Not all of the stuff, but almost like the stuff that happened recently. And this is why I said like Zenless Zone Zero story is so cool because it's a continuous line where literally it doesn't end. Like that continuous arc doesn't end because some characters will still be related to what happened or what events that happened in the previous quest, especially like new characters. This is why it's so cool. Like you can like Pogo is like related to is still related to chapter 4, also related to chapter 5, also related to freaking event light New Year event. Hugo is related to that. Hugo is fucking related to the Twiggy event, like the organ stuff. I mean, not really. I keep saying like related, but more on like he's investigating this stuff. They still connect the previous story to the new characters, which is so
locks
cool.
are in bed with the Exaltists, so I guess it makes sense that
They
Hugo
can do
would
that because
target
that,
the
like the story
Exaltist
doesn't
stuff if
end
he
at
wants
all.
revenge on the Ravenlocks, because if you draw out one, you'll get to the other, right? So we're definitely on the right track. Another officer mentions that Bringer always carried around a notebook, but that notebook was not present with the rest of his retrieved belongings. A Bangbu also mentions a missing tape recorder that Bringer used to use, and yet another officer comments on how Bringer once had a complete change of personality after some event in a hollow, and he's had memory issues ever since. I guess memory issues would explain both the notebook and the tape recorder when you sit down and think about it. Now, Section 6 actually has the tape recorder, and one of those recordings has an
I think Nicole is a Ravenlock too, or at least have some connections with them. Maybe. I don't know if this is like confirmed or like real, but from what I heard, Nicole is like like is it like Nicole's lore is like she's like an adoption center basically that no parents at all. Then from what I know, Nicole got adopted by like a rich family, like basically a rich family, but she left. She left to be independent or something. I don't know what happened there, but basically, she did the same thing as what Lucy did, and that's why like Lucy and Nicole's dynamic is so cool because they're literally the same. They're literally the same person where they left like their like big family, you know, like a freaking rich family. So, but I still don't know anything about like Nicole being like, you know, I still don't know anything about that. But we will see in the future. Maybe they will explain it more on Nicole's lore.
encrypted track on it.
But we will see.
This track actually documents Bringer's near-death experience within the Hollow, the one that resulted in his full change in personality. He had been fatally wounded fighting off the Ethereals and fully expected to die within the Hollow, but as he was recording his last wishes on that tape recorder, he suddenly caught sight of some thing. He calls this thing the Creator, and it spoke to him, told him that humanity must learn to embrace the Hollows before healing Bringer's wounds and saving his life. This was the moment that Bringer changed, and also the reason why he joined the Exaltists. That's all well and good, but we're still missing Bringer's notebook. And that's when Vivian steps up to help. She has a history with the Exaltists and wants to put a stop to whatever it is that they're doing.
Yeah.
And she also has information on where Bringer's notebook can be found.
Yeah.
It's apparently somewhere in Blazewood, so it's off to the outer ring where we run into both Trigger and Anby, who's wearing a very fancy new outfit. Well, I guess it's technically an old outfit since it's the one that she wore before she joined the Cunning Hares.
Oh my god, an ad. It's crazy how so many stuff, like, mistakes that happen. It's small mistakes. Unlike Trigger's story, where Trigger's story is supposed to be in the past, like before she joined the Obo squad. But her outfit is like, literally said Obo squad. It's like her Obo squad uniform. She still uses it on the Trigger story. And one more thing, like, what happened on like the holo, like, not holo zero, but the scout outpost, right? Like, scout out, after you tried the new Lost Void stuff, after you tried that, after the story, they like, like basically Ray showed you that they are trying to renovate, the scout outpost. It's crazy that it's like it's still destroyed and it's not supposed to be destroyed because it's in the past. So I don't know, just as a big tangent. So random.
Anby used to be the captain of Silver Squad, a special experimental team within the Defense Force that was made entirely out of cloned
Hugo and
super
Nicole
soldiers.
both have
Soldier
suitcase
11 is
weapon.
another such
Ooh,
clone,
interesting
and the only
connection.
surviving
I
clone
don't know though.
besides Anby. The rest of them had been disposed of when the project ended, although one of the disposed clones managed to survive and was retrieved by a rogue doctor that happens to be working for the Ravenlock family. So you know that whole thing about how the Ravenlocks are doing organ trafficking? Yeah, this is where they're getting the organs.
Yeah.
She has been making clones of the Silver Soldiers so that she can harvest those organs and sell them to the Ravenlocks in exchange for them funding her research. It's pretty messed up. Anyway, that is why Anby's here. She's already dealt with Twiggy, but she's still investigating her ties to the Ravenlocks, and also to this strange serum that Twiggy used to turn herself into a rather unique ethereal. So Anby's actually here in Blazewood to meet a contact in order to get more intel on the situation,
Wait,
and this contact just
oh.
so happens to be
That also explains why Twiggy have the injection stuff because of what happened on 1.7. They explain it on 1.7 where they're literally trying to make like injection stuff for like sacrifice stuff. Oh my god, there's still like connections that I haven't noticed. What the fuck?
Sienna, the
This is
woman
so
who
cool.
asked Vivian to bid for the necklace at the auction. And strangely, when Vivian sees
is
her
so
again,
cool, bruh.
she starts to cry. Her tears go mostly ignored as Sienna exchanges the intel Anby needs for escort services into the Hollow so she can look for something that she's lost. It just so happens this is the same Hollow that Vivian and Phaethon need to go into, so they decide to tag along and look for Bringer's notebook along the way. More power in numbers, right? But after spending a short time looking for Sienna's missing wedding ring, Vivian is the only one not surprised to find Sienna dead when they return to the rally point. Vivian explains that Sienna was terminally ill and couldn't afford treatment, so she had faked her results on an ether aptitude test so she could take out a hollow corruption insurance policy through Ravenlock Insurance. That way, if she died of ether corruption, her daughter would receive a large payout. This was the only means by which Sienna could extract the reparations owed to her by the Ravenlocks over her husband's death. You know, since the Ravenlocks effectively murdered him and all.
Yeah.
And Vivian knew everything. See, from the moment Vivian was born, she's had prophetic visions of disasters that drove her to tears. She'd always considered this ability a curse because no matter how hard she tries, she can never prevent the misfortune that she sees from coming true. And when she met Sienna in Blazewood, she foresaw the circumstances of her death. Trigger and Anby take Sienna's body out of the Hollow, leaving Vivian and Phaethon to retrieve Bringer's notebook on their own and meet up with Hugo. Because, surprise, surprise, Hugo and Vivian are both from
Hugo,
Mockingbird.
Vivian,
We're allowed to know that
Mockingbird.
now. And the two of them
Crazy.
would love to form a working partnership with Phaethon, seeing as both parties want to put a stop to the Exaltists and to their Ravenlock partners. Admittedly, it's a little difficult to trust a criminal organization, so Lycon will be accompanying them as a precaution, as will Anby. She still wants to end the Ravenlock's involvement in the Silver Soldier project, after all. Perhaps as an additional show of good faith, Vivian also gives the pendant that she won at the auction to Phaethon, although this is at Hugo's instructions, which does make this move a bit suspicious. But we can deal with that later. They follow the coordinates found in Bringer's notebook, and it leads them to the ballet twins, so there must be something of interest there. Now, as a side note, I do wonder if the mayor knew that there was something suspicious about the ballet twins, and that was why he bought the towers in the first place. But that's actually impossible to confirm for right now. It's just suspicions on my part. But it's during this investigation that Vivian realizes that the proxies that they've been traveling with and hanging out with are actually the legendary Phaethon. And
Coincidence
that's a huge deal
again?
because
What
Vivian
the
is Phaethon's
hell?
#1 fan. Not necessarily because she admires their work as proxies, but because, well,
Fucking Jollibee, bro. Stop. These ads.
Vivian's powers of prophecy had never brought her anything but pain. And over time, she began to believe that she was actually the cause of these disasters. So maybe if she were to disappear, then the disasters and misfortune would disappear along
I
with
want
it.
ice cream now,
So one night,
same.
when she contemplated ending it all, someone left a message on a post that she wrote. And that message was the one thing that convinced her to live.
Do you have
And
any
that
source about
message
this?
came from
Because I don't know
Phaethon.
anything about
That
this
single
message.
message changed her life and
Please,
allowed
can
her
we
to
see the
find a way to
message?
like herself. And she felt so grateful and indebted to Phaethon that she made it her mission to find them and thank them. And now here they are, standing right in front of her.
Yay!
Vivian can't think of what else to
Lovely
call it
Vivian.
except fate. But I call it Hugo scheming because he definitely knew Phaethon's identity all along
I mean,
and
yeah.
how important they were to Vivian. And if nothing else, he cares a lot about Vivian because Vivian reminds him of his little
Serena. Reminds me of Serena.
sister, Serena. You
Eh.
know, the one the Ravenlocks murdered. So when Hugo has a moment alone with them, he asks Phaethon to keep her safe. He has something he needs to do, and he doesn't want her to get her hands dirty. And then he spills everything about his history with Lycon and his motivations for what's still to come, and it's really just the confession of a man prepared to die in the pursuit of his beliefs. But while this uncomfortable chat is still ongoing, Vivian, Lycon, and Anby are arriving at the marked coordinates where they find a cocoon containing a dormant sacrifice. And it's not the only one. There are many coordinates marked on Brenner's notebook,
Dozens.
well over
Dozens
a dozen
of
of them,
them.
which means that there must be at least as many sacrifice monsters scattered throughout the city. And that's a huge problem because unlike ethereal,
What?
sacrifices can exist outside of the hollow. So if the Exaltists want to wake them up, it would mean chaos and a lot of unnecessary deaths. And that's when Hartman shows up and reveals that he's teamed up with Hugo of all people. And that probably
What?
seems pretty weird given how much Hugo hates Hartman and the Ravenlocks.
Oh my god, my live reaction.
See, but this too
Ah!
is part of Hugo's master plan. He
My
needed to
live
lure
reaction.
Hartman into a false sense of security, and the best way to do that was to make a deal with him. All without Hartman knowing Hugo's identity as a Ravenlock. Which makes the theatrical betrayal of Hartman and the big
Yeah.
Hugo as a Ravenlock reveal all the more satisfying. But it doesn't make Hugo an ally. He still wants the sacrifice core for his own purposes, going so far as to take Phaethon hostage so Vivian has to hand it over. But Lycon is having none of it. He springs into action, and before Hugo can react, his claws are through Hugo's chest. And he doesn't bat an eye as Hugo falls to his death. Hartman escapes with the sacrifice core in the confusion, and when Vivian finally overcomes her shock and composes herself, she turns to look at Phaethon and has a sudden vision of their unavoidable death.
I don't know anything about this death. It didn't really happen, but I have a theory on why Belle have a wings. Maybe here's my thing. Maybe Yishuan is actually following us. That's why Yishuan is on that's why Yishuan is there when she saves us when Dina is fighting us with the Ethereals. I mean, there's no explanation why Yishuan is there other than looking for us and trying to spy on us. That's the only reason. Like literally, there's no other reason. I mean, did she say anything? I feel like if she says anything, I feel like that's just an excuse. And I feel like Yishuan is also on the last mission where we encounter Dina. Maybe in this like in this encounter, he's trying to see. I feel like she's trying to see like uh the Phaetion's power. Maybe I have the theory about this ending, like this bad ending that since we didn't see this bad ending, I have the theory that Belle tried to fight Dina Ethereal but died in the process, since she cannot control it. Like literally she don't know how to control it. She even explained it on like the last scene where she doesn't even know how she repel like Vivian's corruption. So maybe he tried to use like the upgraded version of her just to like do something about it, and then she falls or something. And then the explanation for the wings is not just visual. Maybe it's, I mean, it's, I feel in this theory that I'm doing, it's not a visual representation of something. It's like it's literally a wing. I mean, you see it like a black wing. And who is that one character that have freaking birds and like control black stuff? Yishuan. Maybe since we are falling, Yishuan is trying to save us, but we are already dead since like maybe Dina Ethereal killed us or something, and then like Vivian is trying to catch us. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh. Big brain theory. Yeah, she was sent by Mayor, but she's, I mean, Phaeton is a big deal. And as you can see on like the story itself, she didn't even like appear that much on the story. She literally just came out when we are literally in trouble. Same as this, maybe. We are almost in the trouble, but so it didn't so it almost go to the bad ending, but Vivian changed it with the hey, I'm gonna become material. I'm gonna become material, no. And then like oh my, some Phaeton fainted. Like Vivian is trying to leave, and then Phaeton find her and like Void Hunter powers. Not really Void Hunter, but Phaeton powers. Boom, we fell correct. So yeah, that's just my theory.
And
though.
hey,
My
remember this
theory.
lady from the auction? Well, turns out she's
Oh,
an Exaltus that's been
big
following us
bad
this
guy.
whole
Oh my
time.
god.
Yeah, we're in a whole lot of trouble, aren't we? Mockingbird's death makes for very big headlines, in part because the articles identify Mockingbird as a Ravenlock, leading many to suspect that Hartman murdered this guy in order to secure his own position within the family. These rumors, that the mayor started by the way, have forced Hartman into hiding, and now that she's over her initial shock, Vivian isn't too convinced that Hugo is really dead, and she intends to continue with the original plan, even if that means working alongside Lycon and the mayor. Which is good, because the mayor has some juicy intel. Now, apparently, the sacrifices scattered around the city were created many years ago by an Exaltist scientist named Landon. Landon had developed a type of serum that could be injected into the human body and transform them into a kind of sacrifice. This serum should sound familiar because I'm pretty sure it's the same serum that Twiggy had, and it's most likely a more rudimentary version of the serum that Bringer used. And that means that Hartman's Exaltist cohorts are most likely from the same sect that used to follow Landon. And to make matters worse, it seems like Hartman and the Exaltists are the development of the serum in order to create new types of sacrifices. Now, you may recall that the Ravenlocks have experienced a fall from grace, if you will. They've lost a lot of the wealth, power, and influence that they used to have. So they kind of rely on sponsorship from Tops. Now, Tops' interest in this project has more to do with gaining power over the city than it does furthering the idea of people living within the Hollows, which is what the whole sacrifice project is about. Because if the sacrifices are released into the city outside of the Hollows, it would eliminate the public's trust in the city's government, allowing Tops to take over. So one option we could pursue is getting rid of the sponsorship that Tops is providing to the Raven Ravenlocks. Not quite sure how to do that just yet, so perhaps the more prudent course of action is to find and retrieve the sacrifices so that they can be safely disposed of. In return for Phaethon's assistance in this mission, the mayor has arranged for a very powerful Hollow investigator to mentor Phaethon and help them unlock some of their more unique skills, since her area of research overlaps with Carol's. Now, just to clarify something, this investigator is not a Void Hunter. She's described as being of a Void Hunter rank because she's powerful enough to be a Void Hunter if she decided to take on the job. But it's very important to note that the title of Void Hunter these days is a job title. So if you took it up, you would work for the government. And something tells me that this investigator, Yi Xuan, isn't really
Fucking ads again, bruh. Freaking toothpaste ad.
interested in working for the government, at least not full-time. Now, the mayor isn't able to offer Vivian much in return for her assistance, but that's probably okay. Vivian has a long history and a score to settle with the Exaltists, and it just so happens that she also knew Landon. Apparently, he took her in when she was very young and promised her a world where the people didn't have to fear the Hollows. He even promised her that whoever became the victim of her calamity prophecies would receive a special blessing from him that would prevent that future from coming to pass. But of course, that wasn't actually what he was doing. He was really just exploiting the power of Vivian's prophetic abilities to select willing test subjects for his sacrifice experiments. Vivian was far too young to realize what Landon was up to until one day, she had a vision about his daughter, Dina, and Dina's reaction wasn't a positive one. And that confused Vivian because receiving a blessing from her father should have been a good thing, right? So in order to understand why Dina reacted the way she did, Vivian secretly followed Landon one night so she could witness a blessing firsthand. But what she witnessed was Landon injecting a man with a sacrifice serum, corrupting him, and then killing him. Vivian was terrified that the same thing would happen to Dina if she told anyone that she had the vision, so she lied and said that Landon should be the next one to be blessed. Landon was so furious he pulled out a gun and tried to shoot her, but Dina's caretaker, Camille, tried to wrestle it from his grasp, only for it to go off prematurely and kill him. Dina never forgave Vivian for her father's death, so Vivian ran away and got picked up by Hugo and the other Mockingbirds. And that's why Vivian asked Hugo to help her investigate the sacrifices in the first place. And of course he agreed to help her. It's not like he can deny his adopted sister anything that she wants.
Yeah.
Especially not now that his own family is involved. But Hugo's not here right now, and, well, neither are the sacrifices.
Not
See,
really.
someone either moved or destroyed the sacrifices at the coordinates marked by Bringer's notebook. And it turns out that this someone is actually someone Vivian knows quite well. It's that white-haired Exaltus lady that's been following us around.
Oh, Camille.
That's Camille, the caretaker of Landon's daughter, Dina. And Vivian can only shed tears when they meet because she sees a vision of Camille's future, or rather, a lack thereof. And as if things aren't complicated enough, whatever it is that this group of
When did
Exaltus
that
is up
happen?
to, it's connected to the Raven.
Wait, when did Vivian cry when I see Camille?
Locke's
What?
ether mining insurance fraud scam thing. So Vivian takes Phaethon to visit a contact of hers to get more intel.
Oh my God,
And
Rain
it's
again?
Rain. Again.
Again?
Seriously, why is this girl involved in literally everything
Yeah,
going
he
on
has so
in
much
New
screen
Eridu?
time,
We should
bro.
just add a room in the video store for her at this point. Seriously. Anyway, Rain thinks that the ether mining story is actually a cover.
Rain
and that the
should
Ravenlocks have been
really, like,
smuggling
join
workers
us,
into the Hollow,
Patreon,
and the
because
workers do not come out of the
Like, even Rain said it. If Rain joined us, Phaetion, we literally can take over the world. We can literally be like one of the most powerful being in New Eridu. Because we all know fucking Rain have a lot of fucking like, intel and stuff. He's also a good like broker. It's like super
Hollows.
powerful,
Now, her
even though
theory is
like
backed
it's
up
not
by a
really that
victim of the
powerful
Ravenlocks.
physically, you
He
know.
claims that the Ravenlocks offered him a huge sum of money to do some work inside the Hollow. So he and a bunch of other workers took the offer and went to do their work inside the Hollow. But once they were inside, Hartman's men forced all of the workers to ingest pills that messed with their minds and forced them to obey orders while they were hallucinating. And while they were under the influence of these drugs, this man unknowingly killed the rest of the workers. universe. And that was exactly what the Ravenlocks were looking for. This guy happened to be the perfect candidate to become a new type of sacrifice.
What?
A sacrifice that would obey commands. But
Oh,
fortunately,
the
Hugo had been
hypnotized
killing
one.
these guys and managed to help him escape before they were able to inject him with the sacrifice serum. Rena takes the man into protective custody and learns where Hartman is hiding the sacrifice core, and she also learns that he plans to hand that core over to the Exultists, and soon. So we have got to get our hands on that core, and fast. But there's just one problem. The core Hartman has
It's
is
fake.
Hartman is shocked by the whole thing, but
What?
Dina isn't.
What?
She seems to think that Vivian
it's
knows where the real one is, and when Dina realizes that Vivian doesn't know, she summons a horde of ethereals and then leaves. But there are way too many ethereals for Vivian to handle on her own, so, you know that mentor that the mayor promised Phaethon? The super strong one?
Yishuan.
That's Yishwen. She's been tailing Phaethon for a while now and decides that it's time to finally step in. She makes quick work of the ethereal horde and promises to visit again at a later date. She came and went so fast I got whiplash.
Yeah.
So, okay, the sacrifice core that
It's literally just from that thing, like going and leaving immediately, it doesn't make sense at all. Like he doesn't, like literally he doesn't have any reasons to be there, and the only reasons for her to be there is honestly, one, investigate Dina, or two, follow Phaeton. And both reasons is 100% possible for my bad ending, like literally my bad ending theory, and the reason why Phaeton have the black wings. It's 100%
Hugo left
explainable.
behind was a fake, and they have no
Crazy.
idea where the real one might be. So Vivian starts to think that maybe Hugo left behind some kind of clue for her. So she retraces her steps back to the auction house and talks to Shawl, who tells her that a blonde man in
She
a hat,
hats, though.
most likely Hugo, had apparently stolen some kind of recording on the night of the auction. Vivian quickly locates the tape thanks to some messenger birds that Mockingbird uses, and is shocked to discover that it contains a recording of a conversation between Hugo and Camille. Apparently, Camille told him that Dina was trying to carry on Landon's research and create sacrifices that can only obey human commands. So those pills that the Ravenlocks are testing on these unsuspecting workers are the mind control pills. They're part of this whole scheme. Which means if we want more information, we've got to infiltrate the
So it's not the
Ravenlocks,
Ethereal,
and
but
it
the mind
just so
control
happens
one.
that they're hosting a banquet tonight at the Ravenlock Manor, which means we should also be able to sneak into Hartman's office. There should be something interesting in there, right? But let's just say that stealth isn't exactly Vivian and Phaethon's strong point. They get caught almost immediately by Hartman, who
Literally,
pulls
the
a gun
time
on
she
them and
just
tries
goes
to
into the
shoot,
room and
except
fucking
there
try
are
to
no bullets in his
kill
gun.
them.
Because Hugo stole them all.
What?
In fact, Hugo planned this entire arrangement. He even faked
She's
his own
here.
death in order to shift Hartman's attention away from him so he could do more stuff behind the scenes. And the best part about this is that Lycon was in on
Oh
it.
my
He
God.
actually picked up on the hints Hugo dropped during his dramatic monologue up there on the building.
Drop
when he
your
took
foolish
Phaethon
facade.
hostage, and Lycon went along with his ex-partner's performance, which was so extravagant and well-planned that Hugo had
Ex-partner.
even had a fake blood bag in his jacket. And you know something? Despite everything, their past misunderstandings, their difference in
Oh
philosophies,
yeah, they're still so
Hugo
gay.
still trusted Lycon
Even
to
though
understand
there's
what he was
betrayal,
doing.
they're still
And
so
deep
gay to
down,
each
I think
other.
Lycon wanted
Yes.
to trust Hugo as well.
Yes.
Which is hard as heck, I know. The guy is like a quadruple agent at this point, betraying everyone at least once, or at least pretending to. I mean, he infiltrated Tops, he partnered and betrayed both the Ravenlocks and Phaethon, and heck, Hugo even helped the mayor by sending him letters of criminal intent, which allowed the mayor
Yeah.
to take some action.
There's literally so much betrayal from Hugo, which is crazy.
Suspicion.
Literally a mastermind plan.
Everything you've done.
And Tom
But there's
Cruise.
a price to pay for all this meddling. See, when Hugo made his original deal with Hartman, you know, the one that allowed him to lure Hartman into the hollow so he could fake his own death,
Yeah.
Hartman wasn't a total sucker. He still suspected that Hugo might be a bit too unreliable, so he was slipping him some of those mind control pills during every meeting. Of course, they were low doses over multiple meetings, but the side effects are still nothing to scoff at. But Hugo's not stupid. He knew this was happening. He just let it happen. Like, on the one hand, he didn't want to arouse Hartman's suspicions, but on the other hand, he really needed to understand the drug's effects. That way, he could collect data on the drug in order to help develop an antidote, or at least hire someone who could help him develop an antidote. That would
You know what's crazy? Hugo's plan is so good that it, like, literally, like Ashika just said, will help an antidote. Even though we think those pills are like, it's just like a pill, like one of those plot things. No, those pills are very important because literally they explain it. If you have those hypnotized pills from a person and they turn it into ethereal, they can literally control the ethereal. You know how crazy that is? And how crazy that this literally foreshadows on what happened in the future content. Because if they complete this antidote, this is probably one of those save things, like we can save a character because of these pills. One of those plotlines that, hey, it's like, we might think it's like a small thing, but you can already know it's gonna be a big thing in future, like future story.
help mitigate any
Crazy.
damage that the mind control pills would have if they ever got out into the public market. Now, a true antidote is still a ways off, but in the meantime, Hugo has managed to delay the side effects on himself with the help of a very talented chemist. But it won't work forever. Hugo does have to let the drug work its way out of his system eventually, so he decides to have Lycon tie him to a chair in a warehouse
And
during
fuck
the
him.
detox. If he's lucky, he'll survive this ordeal with his mind still intact. And honestly, it's a good thing he was tied and locked up because those hallucinations are no joke. It is very easy to see how that one worker from earlier was goaded into killing the other workers with this drug. It preys on every fear and insecurity you could possibly have. But Hugo survives.
Is it
and also
crazy,
manages to
bro?
reconcile with
That
Lycon
drugs is
to
crazy
an
as heck.
extent. I'm sure these two still have a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
But
they wanna
that's gonna have to
fuck.
wait for later because there's still a lot that needs to be done before Hugo can confront Hartman. He still needs some kind of solid evidence of the Ravenlocks committing a crime so that he can leak it to the press and absolutely demolish their reputation. And of course, he's got a plan for that. He's already hired someone to pretend to be an ether mine worker that the Ravenlocks intend to drug with the mind control pills. And he's also swapped out the real drug for vitamin tablets. This allows him to get the footage he needs to incriminate the Ravenlocks without anyone actually getting hurt. And when the press gets their hands on it, the scandal is so huge that Topps immediately renounces any ties to the Ravenlocks. Now that's
Isn't it crazy also how we literally said earlier that his philosophy is so strong that he doesn't believe it? He believes in like murder can be fair. It will make things fair. But look at what he did. He didn't kill anybody in this quest. He didn't even follow his belief. Like, I feel like he followed his belief, but more on like without killing anybody of them. So basically, like he followed like the original oath that they did on like the Mockingbird. Is that crazy?
what I call non-violent justice.
He might
Now,
have like
that's
a
one
big
problem now, but we
philosophy,
still
but
haven't
he
finished
doesn't
dealing with
follow
the
it
current
at all.
sacrifice crisis, and it's getting more crisisier. Because apparently, Dina intends to embed the sacrifice core into the sacrifice in order to make it much, much stronger. Now, this is typically a big no-no among the Exaltists because these supercharged sacrifices attack everything in sight, including their creator, which makes them very dangerous and obviously not great to have around.
Yes.
But Dina is convinced that her mind control pills should be able to counteract this fatal flaw. The sacrifice should be able to obey her commands. Fortunately, the core that she has is
Fake.
As for the location of the real one, well, Hugo big-brained this one too. He put both the real and the fake core up for auction. It's just that the fake one was easier to spot. The real one was hidden inside that trinket that Vivian bought on behalf of Sienna at the auction house. It'll be Lycon's responsibility to return the core to the mayor, as per Hugo's agreement with him because they've been working together.
Wait, is Sienna also working with Hugo? And that also why is that also the reason why Sienna is asking Vivian to buy it for her? Buy it for her? What the fuck? So it's literally even si Yana is like part of the plan. Wait, is it the plan? No, it's not the plan. But isn't it like a baiting? No, Sienna is not part of the plan. But wait, when did Vivian buy like the trinket? Oh my god, I don't know anymore. I'm literally like my brain is like fried right now.
all along. We've kind of gone over that.
No,
a couple
I
of
think
times
that
now.
there is
So that's
bad.
one
No,
problem solved,
I
but
think
we
Sian is
still
not
need to stop
connected.
Dina from making any more sacrifices in the first place. And that includes making sure all of the vials of Landon's serum are destroyed, like completely. Locating and destroying the serum is a rather routine task, but Vivian has been haunted by a vision that she had of Phaethon's death, and she is determined to prevent it. So she steals a single vial of the sacrifice serum for herself. And with the rest of the serum destroyed, it is finally time to confront Dina, who is as radicalized as ever and beyond anyone's ability to reason with her. That doesn't stop Camille from trying, though. She decides to sacrifice herself and become the scapegoat for Dina, the Ravenlocks, and everybody else. And then she throws herself at the Ethereals and doesn't bother fighting back. Dina is distressed and furious, and in her rage, she decides to inject herself with what remaining sacrifice serum she has. Also, she can get revenge on Vivian, because Dina would rather blame everyone around her for her own misfortunes instead of blaming
ABOBA.
herself. Now, I know this is supposed to be a very serious moment and all that, but can someone please explain to me how Dina turned into this kind of ethereal?
Honestly,
don't
yeah,
ethereals
how?
usually keep some aspects of their original human body? It kind of looked like there was going to be a Dina-ish part to this ethereal.
Like
and
red
then there
hair or
wasn't, and
something?
I don't know what happened. This really bugged me, so I went and checked all the prior sacrifice transformations that we've seen so far, and there is one thing that they have in common that could explain her odd shape. Thus far, every sacrifice has kind of sucked in.
Yeah, I think the only thing that is like very Dina on that ethereal is like the hands, which looks like an injection hands.
Whatever forms of sentient life
Like
or
Serwin
etheric matter
chance.
or organic matter that it could
know?
reach and then fused with it. Twiggy fused with the other Silver Soldier clones, the OG sacrifice fused with the smart machinery, and Bringer does seem like he fused with stuff around him too, but since the serum he used is the more perfected version, it seems like his own data kind of like overwrote all of the stuff that he absorbed, which gave him more control over it and allowed him to maintain more of his own shape. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing what happened with Dina is that she absorbed all of these other ethereals and stuff like that.
Oh, that makes sense more. I feel like that makes sense more instead of like, yeah. Wait, does it only work with the injection? Wait, I don't know. That makes sense if it's only like exclusive to the injection part or injection ethereal. Because Pompeii is not injection at all. Pompeii is more on like naturally become ethereal. So maybe that's why maybe that's why Pompeii became more like himself. Wait, no. I mean, no. Kinda. I mean, yes. Because his ethereal form combined with the motorcycle and the sword he has, maybe that makes more okay. I think that makes more sense too. I don't know.
And their data or information or shapes kind of overwrote hers, and that's why her outer body doesn't look at all like her, while it still somehow retains her voice.
Wait,
At least according to the
wait. I also have this one thing. Like Camille just suddenly vanished, and how ethereal vanish. How did that work? Because Camille is not ethereal.
enemy description. This is just a hypothesis and not meant to be a foolproof explanation or anything, because in the end, the shape she takes seems like it might be pretty inconsequential. What's actually important is that Vivian was able to take down Sacrifice Dina, but it came at a great cost. Because Vivian's power alone
Doesn't
was
even
not
look like a
enough to fight
sacrifice,
Dina
you know,
off.
sacrifice
And even if she
ethereal.
did have the power to fight off Dina, she knew that she wouldn't also be able to protect Phaethon at the same time. Because this was how she foresaw Phaethon dying. And that was a future that she just couldn't accept. So she injected herself with the sacrifice serum that she stole and released an enormously powerful blast that knocked Phaethon out and forced Dina into submission and began slowly corrupting Vivian's body. Vivian wandered off to find a quiet place to lose herself where no one would find her. But Phaethon manages to reach her just in time and catches her before she falls, and then the corruption spreads a bit too far for anyone to be able to force it back. Well, through normal means, anyway. But Phaethon is not a normal person. They're not going to be limited to normal means of regressing corruption.
Yeah.
They have a super secret power. You remember that whole thing that Carol was researching regarding Phaethon's ocular implants?
Yeah, so it can...
turns out Carol was looking into a way for people to be able to control ether particles at will. And that's exactly what Phaethon can do. The activation of their implants forces the ether out of Vivian's body and completely reverses the corruption. And then they pass out. So after Phaethon wakes up back at Random Play, Yishwen appears and explains that this particular ability that Phaethon has to control etheric particles is actually one that is quite similar to her own area of research. Or rather, it's quite similar to the mystic arts practiced at her school, and she is quite interested in taking Phaethon in as a disciple. In fact, I'm actually pretty confident that this etheric particle control ability is how they stopped Bringer's attack during the season finale.
Yeah.
And I also suspect that it is connected to Astra's ability to use music to manipulate ether. I have a whole
Oh my
theory
god, I
wanna
explained
write about
this
so stay
earlier.
tuned for
It's
that.
so cool
And
that
as expected, there are still
she said
quite a
it.
few unresolved plot points in Season 1, especially when it comes to the Exaltists and the sacrifices, but I suppose we're just gonna have to be content for now and patiently wait for the release of
Yay! We're done with the video. Oh my god, dato kasalay. Gotta go, bye-bye. Oh my god, you literally said that after finishing this video. Ah! I'm gonna go now too, guys. I know we have a very long live stream. I promise to you guys. Tomorrow, I think we're gonna have a long live stream too. We're gonna watch all the demo video, and then I think that's all we're gonna do tomorrow. I don't know, but we're gonna do a lot of stuff tomorrow. Then after that, maybe do some random stuff too. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna see you guys, and yeah, bye bye, guys. My God, we finally finished this. Bye bye.